everybody. How's it going out there? What's happening? And Lord Thunder and Jesus, I guess, is a good one. I just barely made it in time.
Literally, what's happening? Because we don't know.
Yeah, we actually don't know. The King's about to open Canada's Parliament for some reason that has to do with old men in wigs or something. I don't know.
Well, Canadian King.
No,
Elvis.
you're King.
Oh,
Elton John.
that's the Queen.
There's a whole whack of U.S. senators urging Canada to give them another chance as it pertains to trade and tourism. Sure, as soon as the orange shit gibbon shuts his freaking mouth.
Hey, look, when a romance is over, a romance is over. You had your chance.
Yeah, exactly.
You were caught sleeping in the country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, nobody here is at all interested in polishing the golden throne. So
yeah, we saw you kissing Qatar.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not giving you a jet, you fat fuck.
Yeah, jet wash maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him a jet if it was autopiloted to land in the sun. Hey, who did that? The end of the new Battlestar Galactica. Isn't that what they did? They sent the ship off into the sun. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
The thing is, what's funny about that whole guitar jet thing is only because it's like 13 years old, and it's just like too old for the big boss over there. He doesn't want it anymore. It's just like, I want a brand new one. Get me a brand new one and chuck this one away.
Yeah,
give it to Trump.
They act like it's a big gift, but in all honesty, to them, it's so old, they don't see much value in it, and they can't believe that the fat bastard is so excited. And I can only imagine the surveillance that's already been installed in it that they'll never find if they try to retrofit that thing. Like,
thing is, and it's going to take them years to rebuild it and install all the systems that they wanted for an Air Force One. And the thing is, they already had two on order. They're already building two brand new ones.
Yeah.
Now they've had to put that aside so they can,
And if you think of all the opportunity for spy gadgets and things in that Qatari plane or whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce it now, it seems to have changed. They would basically just have to gut the whole thing and rebuild it. So all he's getting is an empty shell.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. He can't be that stupid, can't he? Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he's gifting it to himself as well, which is a complete fucking shambles.
It's not being gifted to me. It's being gifted to the department.
The Air Force. Yeah, whatever. Maybe what they should just do is just like take it, land it, park it up somewhere, wrap it in cellophane, and when Trump comes to claim it, you go, well, there you go. It's sitting over there. We've done fuck all to it, and it's all yours.
Yeah. Cum stains and all.
Yeah, we've had the entire, U.S. Air Force have a spaz in it.
Could you imagine the first time he gets in the thing, it just explodes and they all have a week-long party,
Yeah.
Best 400 million we ever spent.
He just hits the starter going, kaboom.
Exactly. So as soon as he whirs that old Dodge Slant 6 to life.
Maybe they got a trap door fitted in the gold-plated toilet.
Well, he'd be dumb enough to build himself a bomb shelter out of gold because it's better.
It's tastier.
Yeah. Crashes down on your head nicer. It's shiny.
Sake. That man has got so many things wrong with him.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I mean the whole thing with the US senators, I get it and all, guys, I understand like tourism's way down. Us Canadians aren't spending money on American things anywhere near as much as we used to. But asking us not to do that, I mean, if I came down and just pointed a gun at your head and said, move out of your lovely government funded house because I'm moving in, would you just let me? No.
Well, that's what they're going to do to Palestine when they turn it into a hotel and pleasure island.
I bet Kristi Noem turns that into a reality TV show too, right?
Oh God.
Yeah. And the winner gets to sleep with me. Yeah. Whether or not she has a loaded pistol under the pillow is up to you to find out.
Yeah, the loser gets Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh my God. That'd be like sleeping with Mask Kid from that 70s movie or whatever, Oh. Could you imagine even trying to have sex with Marjorie Taylor Greene? She wouldn't shut up about conspiracy theories and whatnot,
Hit me with your Jewish laser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to do that right now. You fucking.
Thing is, if you actually think about it, so many women in American politics on that side of things, that side of the aisle, they have got the collection of the most horrible people.
Yeah,
you can collect. It's like this is not the normal kind of run of the mill American here. They managed to find the worst of the worst and put them all in charge.
Yeah,
people complain about Margaret Thatcher. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, somebody should tell these women you'll find a more malleable man willing to do what you tell them to do at Ancient Aliens conventions.
Maybe they might think Marjorie goes a bit too far with her conspiracies.
Can you imagine Marjorie Taylor Greene walks into an Eric Von Daniken speaking engagement and they say, "Not you, crackpot, get out."
You're nuts.
Yeah. We're only con men. You're fucking crazy.
Oh, she's a con woman too. So.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Though, when you think about Trump and Air Force One and whatnot, I'm surprised he hasn't started demanding Concord.
He can have it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit of the box in bits and pieces.
A bit rusty, sir.
Yeah. Do you want the blowy up one or the non-blowy up one?
Yeah. Everybody go get enough models and see if we can use the pieces to make them a real one.
We got a Concorde just down the road from us. Well, two actually.
Yeah,
because we got the Brooklands Museum.
Right.
But we've also got like a quarter scale model of one on the roundabout, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So when James May did his whole Brooklands slot car race, you weren't that far away.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He actually
Did you bother to go help?
I didn't know anything about it.
I don't know. I was pretty drunk at the time.
Yeah, they didn't exactly ring me up to tell me.
I love those.
I remember rightly. It was like went across the entrance into our local Tesco as well.
Oh yeah.
I could have been driving down there that day, to do me shopping. They go, "Oh, for fuck's sake, James Main's down here, shooting a fucking stupid thing."
When I was watching that episode, because I watched it downloads a few years later, right? I got on Google Maps because I knew I could find the old Brooklands track to figure out what he was doing and check out where he had to put the track through. That was really cool. I love those Toy Story shows he did. I think that might be his best television.
It was a good one. Mexico asks if I've ever met James May. I've never met any of them, but I have seen them all at different times. Working in London and Soho and stuff.
Well, you didn't see Richard Hammond in a crowd.
it was being carried, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By his nanny.
Held aloft by 12 eunuchs, you know.
Yeah, you do tend to see a lot of celebrities in Soho in London. Yeah. Whether or not you meet them is another thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Toy Stories. For me, it's hard to pick the best one because when they did that huge balsa wood plane, that was epic. And I was very impressed with the 2-story Lego house.
Mm-hmm.
That was unbelievably cool. He had that, what's her name? She's like super elegant British girl. She's probably in her late 50s or something now, early 60s.
I can't remember who was on it.
God, I can't remember. That's just the way she talks and stuff. It's just, you know, you can tell she's used to just being the center of attention all her life, right? Oh, yeah. Rightfully so, too. What was her name? I can't remember. Never come to me. I shouldn't have even bothered, but yeah. And he had like Tiff Nadell from Fifth Gear there. I thought that was cool.
His house.
Yeah, at the Lego house, Tiff Nadell showed up. It was cool.
I was going to have him driving the Scale Electrics.
Well, Tiff commentated on that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, at one point he was running beside the cars trying to keep up. It was hilarious.
God, it's been so long since I've seen them.
Yeah.
Was it they built a bridge out of Meccano?
Yeah, that was cool.
Massive airfix kit.
They built
one scale Spitfire.
They did the Isle of Man TT race with the sidecar, and the whole thing was made of Meccano.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they made the hubs and everything out of actual Meccano bits. It was crazy. It did about a mile an hour.
Yeah. Crazy days.
But that would have been fun.
Yeah, I mean, how cool is it? You know, just to come up with a TV show, and it's just pissing about, basically.
Joanna Lumley.
Ah, okay.
Joanna Lumley. That's the chick I'm talking about. Yeah. Real cool, chick,
Yeah, what was she in? Was she in the Avengers?
She's from one of those early, like she had the super cool car and everything shows, right? Yeah. Yeah, she's one of those chicks. She'll be like 85 years old. She walks in the room and you go, that's a hot girl, man. It's just never going to leave her, Yeah,
PJ mentions Sapphire and Steel. She was in that. That was a bonkers show.
I don't think I knew who she was until Toy Story, to be honest. I just remember going, that's
she in Toy Story.
No, James May's Toy Stories. Yeah.
That's a bit like Pixar.
Oh, that's what Felix is watching right now, too. Funny enough. So there's the slip, right? We're finally getting some real temperatures here.
What do you mean? Not Fahrenheit. You're getting Celsius.
Well, we were like, I mean, it's near the end of May, and for us, it should be like properly hot, and it was barely hitting 28 degrees. It was ridiculous. And then last night at 11 p.m., I noticed it's not cool. I don't have to shut the windows, and today it's 36 Celsius.
How?
Yeah.
I noticed the other day it was like 24, 25. I was going, oh, bloody hell, it's hot. Oh, shit. You just wait.
Oh, yeah. I'll be hovering 40 Celsius for a month and a half coming up or whatever, 36, 38 and all that,
It must be my age. I'm just not liking cold or hot. I just need it to be like, I need to be hermetically sealed. Environment.
You need 7 days of Keith Richards' stash and you'd be all right. But our heat is very dry. Like I'm looking up right now and we have 16% humidity. So it does not feel 35. It feels like 28, 29, right? It's cool too, because all you got to do is stay hydrated, and you can totally. It's not even a problem. It's not until it gets about 40 degrees where I live where you start going, holy fuck, man. All right, I get it. Yeah. But me with the fibromyalgia, I'd rather warm than cold any day of the week. So I don't complain. I would bring it on, right? Yeah. Duncan Stewart's like, my place is 70% humidity. So he must be near like Southern Ontario or somewhere like that for sure.
Swamp.
Yeah.
Dago bar.
I remember days living in Southern Ontario. If it hit 32 degrees and you were down by the water, Oakville, Burlington, those kind of areas and whatnot, you could literally feel the air going into your lungs. And I don't just mean because they expand, but it was like thick, heavy soup like shit, man. It was crazy. Yeah. You needed an internal dehumidifier, right? Well, I guess that's kind of the crack of your own ass. So at least that's the exit for it.
That's not how I use it. But, maybe I've been using it wrong all these years. I wish they gave instructions out with these fucking bodies.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell, what it does. What's that thing supposed to do? I don't know.
Oh, God. Speaking of instructions for bodies, there's a scene in the newest season of Clarkson's Farm where the farm helper's trying to show Jeremy Clarkson how to find the clitoris of a little piggy so he can decide if they're male and female. And the camera points at it. It's right there. It's easy to see. And Clarkson's like, where? I don't see it. And Clarkson's girlfriend, Lisa, chimes in with like, why am I not surprised? Or some line like that, right? And the farm help girl just lost it laughing. It was too much. Yeah, there's no way they could have made it that honestly good because they're not really actors. That's how that happened. It was funny. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about that because I think the Clarkson has definitely had a lot of practice of.
But not his girlfriend Lisa and this new farm girl that helps in this season. No. Right. It was hilarious. She just lost it laughing. It was so funny.
So I'm guessing it was a girl pig then.
Well, there was a few. The camera showed them. I know how to tell now.
That'll come in handy one day.
Yeah. And the only thing I knew about pigs before that was which cuts are better to eat. So. But then, oh my God, man, they just have no problem just going, no warning at all, camera cut, and this animal's giving birth right now. Oh, God, don't do that, You don't know if I got crackers and cheese on the table. Well, I don't anymore, It's like...
Yeah, eating boiled sausages and black pudding.
Oh, yeah, that would be the wrong moment. I don't think you'd ever have that again, actually, after that.
I was just in the middle of eating my favorite placenta meal.
Hey, it probably wasn't that long ago in humanity's history that actually happened to make sure the predators wouldn't come and find you. So,
there's still people who do it. Women who give birth and eat the placenta.
Oh, come on, no.
Yeah, look, people in the chat.
It's one thing to wear Birkenstocks and patchouli oil to like work, even, but come on, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they eat it. Whether they just like blend it and make it smoothie.
Don't make it worse.
Well, obviously they take the baby out first.
If somebody listens to you and creates a reality TV show, I'm holding you responsible.
Oh,
can you imagine Jamie's 15-minute placenta recipes?
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, that evil bitch. Fuck.
Yeah. Mike W. He's backing me up on that. He says yes, but they do cook it.
Really?
do they do? Do they take it home and fry it up, or do they just do it at the hospital and just mix it in with the hospital meals, which would probably taste better?
Maybe you take it to one of those restaurants where they do all that knife dancing and shit on the grill right in front of you and make it a party.
Yeah. One of those Japanese restaurants. The chef just fries it out in front of you.
Wow. I mean, that's like having a barbecue for the foreskin after a bris.
What's a bris?
Isn't that where they chop the tip? They, take a little off the top. Isn't that the Jewish ceremony for chop topping?
I've forgotten the name of it now. What's the?
Get it called a bris, man?
I don't know.
No, circumcision, yeah, but the ceremony is a bris, isn't it? Isn't that what they call it? I don't know. Yeah.
Not said. No, not exactly been invited to one of those.
I don't. Can you imagine? Would you like to come and see the ceremony where we chop the skin off by the tip of our baby sons? No, I don't.
I must say, I've never seen in card shops, invites, to a.
Well, I think you would get that would be in the get well soon category, right? I heard about your bris. Get well soon, wouldn't that? So yeah, Harry Roper says, "Yep, that is right."
Yeah. We'll also be serving up, onion rings and
they slide on easier now. Yeah.
So everybody gets a bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody take a shot, step back 2 more feet, and see if you can advance to round 3. Oh, God. Okay. Oh.
I don't know. It just seems so barbaric to me.
Yeah. There's cleanliness issues and everything. I understand why some do and some don't. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing of that, but a ceremony,
Well, I mean, I suppose, sand under the foreskin thing, that's pretty nasty. So it might go back, that far in history.
I had somebody explain to me the term dink cheese years ago.
Right.
And that's when I can't believe I'm doing this. Somebody who's, let's say, uncut uses toilet paper to catch the drip, and then the little fluffs of toilet paper become moist crap under the fold. And at that point in the discussion, I was just like, don't ever explain anything to me ever again.
Doctor.
Yeah, just some, the kind of chick that could lift a transmission and carry it around the corner,
Well, let's not go into the discussion about Smeg then, we'll just move on.
Yeah, that was a weird moment in my life. It's one of those moments where you're like, the fuck did I ask what for?
Was it just some guy? Oh, I tell you what, Dick, here's a fact you didn't know. What?
I'm a cheese lover. I said what because I wasn't sure if she said dink cheese or something else. So I didn't really need the whole. Yes.
Now, I'm an expert on cheese. Tell me about this cheese I have not heard of before. No,
she's telling me the story. I'm looking at her old man like, do you need to have a shower, dude? Like,
Yeah. He's just worried about his homegrown cottage cheese.
He doesn't want somebody to get it because he's saving it for later. So, there's a cool thing showing up soon. There was a raffle on Rick's channel, and there's a cool little flag. It's a smaller one, so it's going to hang behind the globe up there and break up all the red. It's going to look cool. Can't wait. Oh, speaking of which, I better start checking my mail.
Have you given him a nudge again about the Starsky thing?
Yeah, So there was a really funny mix-up because in the talking with Rick, I had used the term "give me a shout," and I meant like, give me a buzz when you're free. But to him, shout translated to shout out. And he was waiting for us to post the auction. So he was going to give it a shout out. And I was like, no, I was waiting for you to show me how to make the auction. That's what I meant. Give me a shout when you got a few minutes free. And he was like, oh, I had no idea, man. I thought I had figured that one out. And I was like, I laughed my head off because that's my fault for being too slangy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny, man. So we laughed our heads off a couple days ago when we figured it out.
I'm surprised anything gets done.
Yeah, but he's learning to speak Canadian really well, especially West Coast, right? Well,
hey,
I don't really do that. Even in real life, I don't. I recently had the boyfriend of this one girl that just moved in here recently. He said to me, "You kind of talk like a newscaster," and he said it in such a redneck voice. I almost laughed my head off.
What you mean? I speak properly.
Yeah, you talk like a newscaster.
Hey, you got a pretty mouth.
It was so funny, man.
You wordify words so beautifully.
Yeah. I almost said to him, well, graduating middle school will do that for a person.
Yeah. Reading books, listening to intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't count, though.
Yeah, it was funny, though. That's true. I looked for a little bit more news on the side while we were jabbering, and other than Russia being total asshole pricks, cocksucker motherfuckers, there's not a lot going on. Russia keeps talking, we would be in the peace process if only, and blah. Shut the hell up. You are a lying sack of shit, motherfucker. The only reason you want peace is for a temporary break so you can regroup, reshuffle, and finish the job. Everyone knows it, you sorry ass sack of shit, lying motherfucker. So
what's happening in India and Pakistan? Are they settled down now, or what? Or are they still sword rattling?
Yeah, I think they sat around the hookah pipe, got really stoned, and then somebody said something somebody else didn't like. There was a fist fight, and they're still fighting.
Throwing onion barges at each other.
Yeah. That funny thing. So when I was like 5 years old, 1975, you do and say a few little racist-y things, even though you don't mean to be. So when you see somebody with the turban wrapped around their head doing the Apu-like voice from early South Park and whatnot, the slang term to call them like a Polish person, it was everybody who did that was a Paki. And hilariously, when you look back on it, most of them are definitely not from Pakistan and really can't stand you calling them that. It was so unbelievably ignorant North American, and you had no idea that you were that much of a schmuck, right?
I had a friend at university who was Indian, and we used to talk about this, the fact that everyone would just call him a Paki.
Yeah.
Packy this and Packy that. And I remember we were shooting my film I was doing at university, and he came out of his room, man, in the corridor and started walking along. And I shout down the corridor, go, "Hey, Sal, you stupid Packy!" and he walks off. And I realized, shit. Now I know we've had the conversation, and I said it as a joke, but he might not get it.
I know.
at that moment in time, he might, because he's so used to it being, being called that. Maybe he just didn't realize it was a joke. It was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like years later. It was like I woke up in a startled, wet dream, thinking not a wet dream, but a startled dream. And I go, I said a nasty thing to Sal.
Yeah.
I don't know where he lives anymore, and I can't talk to him. I can't say sorry.
Yeah. We had this guy hanging out with our crew when we were in this one band in downtown Vancouver for a while, and this one cat we knew, he was kind of like an enforcer that just hung out with the group, and yeah, he was a beast, and so he decided that he was to be called the Indian. And he was a native, a Canadian, whatever, First Nations dude, right? But he decided that he was the Indian. And I'm like, dude, what if we go play a gig in like Regina or Saskatoon or something where there's a heavy native population, and I yell across the bar, "Hey, Indian!" and literally get shit kicked for half an hour.
He was named after a motorcycle.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, you got a point. But he said to me too, he goes, yeah, but you with the hair and everything, you could just say you're Mohawk. They're pretty white skinned. And I was like, no, fuck. It was funny.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But in private, everybody did call him Indian just because, he liked that, right? He came from one of those old school families where his parents were like, don't call me native, you stupid white fuck. I'm an Indian. All right, then.
No, he's from Pakistan. Pakistani American native. It's all cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Oh man. I remember one time in the band we were in, it was a punkish kind of metal band, and we had a mulatto, half black, half white guy, Jamaican, up from Jamaica with his family as the singer. And we had another Haitian, harsh black guy as the other guitar player in the band, along with me. We were down, it was Southern America, but we weren't in the true South. And I had just walked in the back door with one of the 412 cabs for my amp and set it down. And I heard the one guy behind the bar talking with the chick, and he says, and then that stupid nigger says, and I'm like, oh my God, there's two black guys in our band and we're in racist hell. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And so I went out and I told the guys right away, and I said, look, this might be one of those places. And it turned out on the Friday night, we played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On the Friday night, there was a little racist moment with some hardcore redneck guy talking to somebody that was in the bar, like, you and this, you and blah, blah, and whatnot. And the whole bar grabbed that racist asshole and kicked him out. So I can only imagine that those staff members had no idea I was listening and never would have said that in front of somebody, but they truly were racist assholes, right? It was weird week, man. Oh, yeah. I hate that stuff so much. How can you hate somebody just because, I mean, chicks don't have dicks. Do you hate them, you redneck fucking bigot asshole? You only fuck your male cousins, not your female cousins. You fucking,
It's a choice.
Man, and I mean, I was born in 1970 again, so I was raised telling Polish jokes, Irish jokes, blah blah. Nobody cared, right?
Yeah, well, we all did that. I mean, that was just
but I didn't hate anyone.
No.
I had no hate for anyone and for my entire life. I didn't realize that some people were, snowflakes, wallflowers, whatever the fuck you want to call them, that can't take a joke, right? That's where we are now. Okay, fine. But, there's no hate,
Yeah, but some of the jokes were pretty awful, though.
Yeah. When you look back on it, you're like, yeah, that was too much, right? For sure. No. I was thinking about this. Okay, well, just to wrap this stupid conversation up. I'm somebody who if somebody can't say it, everybody shouldn't say it, is how I usually look at things. Until the other day, when I was thinking about that same conversation, like, certain people in music can say things others can't, and I don't just mean one community. There's more than one, right? And then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. White folk got honky tonk music. So I guess it actually does even out. Because if you think about it, honky tonk, honky, stupid ass white boy, tonk, I don't know, right?
Yeah,
and they own it. They own it. They wear it like a badge of honor. So I guess fair game, free, go for it, right? But doesn't that mean that like some poor Mexican guy can't sing honky tonk because that's cultural appropriation and racism? You know what I mean?
Well, they seem to manage to play, sing Elvis, or Frank Sinatra.
I mean, if I was an immigrant, the last thing I'd want to do is sing honky tonk. So I'm pretty sure it's not really an issue. But it's interesting, right? Well, anyway.
I mean, this whole racism thing, just make it difficult to tell that, the joke about, three people walking to a bar. Especially when you tell the joke about the Hindu, the Muslim, and the Buddhist all walk into a bar and share a lovely bottle of sparkling water.
A Hindu, a Muslim, and a Buddhist walk into the bar and they didn't order anything.
They walked to the bar and said, "This isn't our place. This isn't our temple."
Yeah. I knew we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. But
it's really though, because obviously you can't make racist jokes like that, but you can still sort of get away with the Englishman, Scotsman, and the Irishman walking into a bar. Even though you're still basically being racist, you can still sort of get away with that one at this moment in time. Before that becomes outlawed, but.
Yeah, I mean, everybody assumes an Australian's a criminal until you get to know them, right?
Well, that's after only when you only get to know them in court.
Yeah. If you go to,
besides, they were criminals when they went out there. They're criminals when they come back.
Yeah. I know where from you descend.
Watch out, might steal a loaf of bread from you. Bastards.
That's some of the most unbelievable stuff, is what some of the crimes people were sent to Australia for. It's just unbelievable.
Well, it's like, hang on. Is Trump reborn? Was he back then or something? He's
reincarnated. He's the little boy who stole the loaf of bread and ended up in Australia.
And so he's acting out his revenge. Like they say, he gets bullied the most, becomes the biggest bully, sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't flipped Australia over, started again.
Sent it to El Salvador.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. Stephen Walsh had a good one in the chat. Racism is truly learned and reinforced by your immediate surroundings. Damn right, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not one person on this earth born a racist. You are bred one. Damn right.
Yeah, and that was the funny thing, kind of like spinning off what I was talking about earlier. It's just like, during the 70s, watch like comedy shows and or even just comedians. The ones, the fat ones that come at they're talking at the bar and they've got a bow tie on and they got like a dinner suit on, but they're just from the north and just come out the coal mine. But I'm going to tell you some jokes, and they could be the most horrendously filthy, nasty, racist jokes, and that was the clean stuff they put on the telly.
Yeah,
Can you imagine what they were saying in the clubs?
We had a show in Canada in the early 80s called Bizarre, and it was like skit comedy like Saturday Night Live. And one of their skits was literally called The Bigots. And it was a family where every single person in it, one's a black guy, one's Puerto Rican, one's Jewish, blah, blah. And every line is a racist insult towards one of the other people in the room. Right. Yeah, it's funny. And the whole point of it was to show you how stupid it is to behave that way. Right.
Well, also, it just goes to show you how racism was kind of like it still is weird. It's not just black versus white. It could be black versus black, just from a different village or just cultures. There's people. We have it. You have it in this country to like just people from two separate villages can fucking hate each other.
Oh yeah, I think that goes back to our initial tribal like instinct that we lived by for a long time, right?
Well, it goes back to 2001 with the two tribes fighting over a puddle of water.
Yeah, exactly. I'll goon you with the first bone I can find, bitch.
We haven't fucking changed the human fucking ways.
Yeah, Native Atheist in the chat. Bizarre with John Biner. Love that show. Totally, man. I got it in the Plex server. I got the best of DVD set. If anybody knows Super Dave Osborne, Super Dave comes from Bizarre.
Yeah, the stunt man.
Yeah, the useless guy. Oh, it was funny. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're good on time. It's only 4:30. I got to order in like an hour. It's one of those nights where I give up. I'm not even going to try. I'm just getting them burgers. I don't care. Yeah. I'm not getting like, McDonald's or anything. We've got a local place that's just rocking.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
I see Mexico in the chat earlier says, don't need to talk about Andor. No, I don't need to talk about Andor, Heather. Just because you've watched it now doesn't mean
I haven't seen any of it. No, don't do that.
We'll have the big Andor chat once.
Yeah.
It's seen it. I did actually end up watching the entire season 1 again, and that like whizzed by really, really quickly. I was like, wow.
We could do watch party views now that most people have seen it, starting back on season 1, do it on Shills Live, do an episode. Oh, I
don't know about that. A lot of episodes to get through. Because you do end up like, even if you don't intend to, you go, right, I'm just going to watch an episode. Whoops, I've watched 2. Now, oh dear, I've watched 3.
Yeah, but that's probably better because if you're going to talk about it, you need to have seen it a couple of times to really get into it, right?
Yeah, but you also kind of like lose several hours in the day.
True, but you just do like one every couple of weeks, slowly go through season 1, then season 2. I mean, now that season 2 is done and it leads to the movie, they can't possibly have a series 3, right?
Well, I was talking about this with my son the other day. I was thinking, well, actually, they kind of like skipped from quite a bit out from season 1 to season 2. So could they do season 1.5?
As long as nobody ages too quickly, right?
And just fill the gap in the middle.
Yeah.
But good news. Apparently, they're making a sequel, a follow-up movie to Rogue One.
Rogue 2?
No, it's called Star Wars.
Not A New Hope, just Star Wars?
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day. Shut up, you with your extra episode numbers and extra names onto a title. It was just called Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's so funny because there are, there's only like our generation that remember Star Wars, and it was called Star Wars, and that's
Yeah, man,
all.
I saw it in the theater a few times, and there was no such A New Hope. What is that? You
It
know?
was just Star Wars. That's all you fucking got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I have the right to see the guy bump his head as he goes through the door. Right? I have the right to see the, pulsing light now and then be a tiny bit off and stuff. Damn it, Lucas.
Yeah, and you get to not see the scene with Jabba the Hutt because they didn't put it in.
Ah, God. The way they move Han Solo around him and bounce him up over the tail and stuff, it's so lame.
Yeah.
It's awful. You can tell that the guy was literally just a person before, and I've seen the footage, right?
I mean, to be honest with you, if I was sitting at Lucasfilm or Industrial Light and Magic, and I was doing that shot, I'd be going, "Hey, George, look at this! I've made him step on Jabba's tail and step over it. Cut him out, made him do that." And I'd be so proud of myself.
Yeah. I would have.
Years later, there'll be people like you said, "That was such a fucking stupid idea."
Yeah. But I mean, in the moment, the animator or whoever was working on that scene should have just made it so stupidly comical that even George Jar Jar Binks Lucas would have gone, "Nope, that's too much." That's his middle name. If you didn't know, Jar Jar. That's where it comes from.
No, I thought it comes from an old comedian. Comedian, spoon, jar, spoon, jar, spoon.
Oh, that's what the the Legends of Tomorrow named him in that episode where they met him. That's where Jar Jar comes from. They called him that. I'm kidding, but it was a funny episode. The DC's Legends of Tomorrow show was a really funny comic book sort of superhero show because they're misfit idiots who pretty much fuck everything up. And in the first series, they tried to be all serious and it was terrible. But in the second series, they realized they got to lighten it up. And then by the third series, it was simply awesome television. It was hilarious. The stupidest shit. They had Vikings praying to essentially a Cabbage Patch doll or a Furby and things like that. It was hilarious. Can't recommend it enough. Great show, but skip season 1. It's terrible. There's an old adage. I'm not a huge superhero person. It sounds like I am because of my son and I and stuff, but I'm really not. And there's an old adage from the DC universe. If you want to make a story drag out and be as boring as hell, bring Hawkman and Hawkgirl into it. And that's what they did for season 1 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. And it's terrible.
The only Hawkman I know is it. Well, there's 2 Hawkmen I know. One is from Flash Gordon, the Hawkman, and then the second one is the Hawk. Was it Hawk from
Buck Rogers?
Buck Rogers, yeah,
the guy with the eagle wig.
Yeah.
They ruined Buck Rogers in the second series, man.
They ruined Buck Rogers in the first series.
I thought it was pretty good, at least to start with, like Battlestar Galactica was, but. By the second series, like poor, what's her name? Erin Gray, Wilma, whatever. Yeah, she was just relegated to some useless character. It's stupid,
Stupid fucking robot.
Yeah,
It looked like an upturned broomstick with,
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was probably a janitor at the end of every take going, "Can I have my broom back, man?" Well,
the thing is, I do remember like the Hawk, his plane.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was so cool, even though it was basically a fucking bird.
Yeah.
there was no intellectual thought went into the design of that. Go, well, he's a hawk, he's a hawk man, so he's going to fly a metal hawk plane. There you go.
Yeah.
and the wings collapse in, so like to dive and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff. You've got a fucking beak on it. For God's sake.
Yeah, I think the beak even goes up and down. Like I think it can point like Concord. Yeah.
Yeah, where's Seagull Boy?
I think I got him here somewhere still. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, he was the co-pilot.
Yeah, he should have been. And if you want to look, if you don't know, there's the dome he wore on his head. Look at that shit. And look at what's her name here, Colonel whatever. And
they should have made his head go round, spin round like an owl.
Yeah. Look, they call Diana Troy from Next Generation a cosmic cheerleader. Look at that.
Oh no, that's one of her better outfits.
Yeah, but from season 2, season 1, she's wearing like disco pants and stuff.
No. I mean, in season 2, she has worse outfits than that actually look like bloody outfits with a little hat and everything.
Wow, poor girl.
But season 2 was one where Gil Gerard was trying to, he had his
fat.
Well, yeah, there was a bit of that, but he was trying to get his fingers in the pie. No pun intended. His fingers were in the pie, and trying to make it a bit more of a more serious show and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which he was probably right looking back, because oh man, remember the one in season 1 where dude has that dance off with Princess Amidala or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. When he basically teaches the band how to play disco.
Yeah, in like 2 seconds, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. This chick here.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had
Pamela Hensley, I think is her name.
Yeah, I had some warm, fuzzy nights thinking about her.
Everybody did. Oh, here. I got a funny one here. We've got our modern Hawkman in action.
Oh, dear. Is that Air Force One?
Yeah. But you know what? If you go back to the original Hawkman, I think his toupee is more believable, to be honest.
Yeah. It's the fact he constantly looks surprised.
There we go. We're needing that for a bit.
Now, what they should have done, those kind of like black feathery bits on his like skull cap bit. Now, what they should have done, they should have been able to animate those. So they could go up and down.
Well, look, I never noticed that they're like eyebrows.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Never noticed that. They literally put eyebrows into the hawk head.
They should have been able to animate it like a Muppet.
They could have put the strings right up his butt crack through his ears.
He's probably sitting there on set. I'm trying to fucking act, but I can't because I got this stupid expression on my face constantly. Yeah. I went to theater school. God damn it!
Oh, that's the funny thing is he seemed to be like an emotionalist like Spock type character as well. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't.
Okay.
Because he wanted to kill Buck for killing his wife.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Everybody remembers Tiger Man too. Who put that in there? Mr. Spock. Yeah. Tiger Man.
Yeah, I think Tiger Man was one of those guys that actually made it into the toy line.
He did. His toy's right there. Look.
Even though he basically gets killed off, but they managed to bring him back again. I think in the episode, even though he got killed off. No, that's a modern day toy. I mean, really old fashioned.
Yeah, but he was in the original toy thing.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Funny.
No, that's too good. That's too good. That's not original.
You don't think so? Okay.
The problem is it looks like him. The original toy lines would have never looked like any other characters in the show.
Because they would have just been other toys redressed, right?
Yeah, well, just like sculpted, out of plasticine. And
I think I found it.
even that one looks too good.
Yeah, but look, right?
Yeah,
that was probably like the guy with the black hat from a James Bond film, and a few others, right? Look at the Fu Manchu going on, right?
Look at those nappies.
It's funny.
He seemed to have lost most of his tattoos, though.
Yeah. They couldn't afford the ink.
The thing is, I don't know who the guy was, but he was probably like some wrestler dude. He was like, I'm just retired.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into acting now.
Yeah.
That's He-Man on on Tiger Saw.
God.
Listen,
yeah. As Mexican. Sorry?
I was just doing the He-Man thing. Listen, kids, don't forget to pay your tariffs.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Yeah, that's funny when they started doing that in the cartoons. I'll kill 35 bad guys, but we'll put a moral to the story at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like Mexigirl says in the chat there, we hit 500 subs in this channel finally. So we have applied. Yeah. And we have applied. So we will have super chats and members, that kind of stuff here real soon. We don't have enough subs to get the ads, but it's Shills Live. We don't want ads anyway. So we might not even apply for that. Fuck it. What do we get? $1?
Yeah. But come on. When we get to the point when people are watching this is like 1 million views.
It's different. I'll apply then. But right now, it's not worth it. You just annoy people. Speaking of which, so
they're here, aren't they? We're already annoying them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's at least 40 of them being really annoyed right now. Check this out. Hold on. Give me a second here. Actually, give me like 5 seconds because my beer is empty too. Hold on.
And now the end is near, and so Dick faces his final curtain. His beer has run dry. Oh my! And now he's back again. Never mind.
So, we on the main Shills account, we get these emails from YouTube sometimes saying, hey, you're a monetized channel. Would you like to apply to get to check out some early access to features? And normally I don't bother with that because it's usually garbage anyway. It doesn't matter. But I thought that maybe playing along and playing ball would give us a bit more street cred with YouTube, and they might like us a bit more because we get all sweary and stuff and get demonetized. They don't like us very much. So I filled out some survey, stupid thing, and then I had to fill out another one. And then they gave us access to our first trial feature. And so they were bugging me during yesterday's show for Ukraine update. And you know what the feature is? You can go live, and then you can piss everybody off by switching the stream to members only at a certain set time. So so you go live, you do 30 minutes, you set the show to members only for the rest of it, and somehow that's supposed to be a feature people will like. So tell me in the live chat right now, if you were watching a live chat hangout show on a channel and they're in the middle of a conversation you like, and all of a sudden it switches to members only and you're not a member, are you fine with that or annoyed?
Well, they'd be very annoyed with it right now because we don't have any members.
I don't mean the second, though. I just mean, That
would drive me potty. It's bad enough. It's bad enough when you get to the chats and it's like subscriber only and stuff like that. I can understand that, but if your video feed just like switches off because you're not a member,
I know.
I'd go, well, fuck you then. Unsub. Bye.
Yeah. And it's not like this is a new feature. I could go into YouTube Studio right now and switch this from private to members only. Well, this channel doesn't have members yet, but it's close. But you know what I mean? I could.
It's an automatic thing.
Yeah, this just does it automatically. So if I was to do it manually, I could say, well, that's it for the stream. Now we're going to keep going for half an hour and hang out with our members. If you're not a member, maybe consider being one, and you click the button. And so that people know you are ending the normal stream. That might not be so pissy to people, but to just have it click over at 40 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought this is a feature. You know,
just about when you're just about to tell something really interesting, and you know,
yeah. The only thing I could figure was, I'd wake up at 2 a.m. and there'd be like burning pitchforks and crosses in my yard, right?
Adam Round says apparently Merck has done it. What, just once or forever?
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the concept you just laid out, when you just do a normal stream and then switch over, that'd be fine. That'd be perfectly fine. Go with that. But
I myself, I wouldn't even switch a live stream to members only. I would say, well, that's it for this show, fellow babies. Thanks for joining us. If you're one of our members, we're going live right after for a 30-minute private stream. And thanks for joining us, right? That's how I would do it, right?
Yeah. I don't know what happens if when you're playing back a video. I suppose that when it gets to that point, it just like would switch off for you.
Yeah, it's the same right now. YouTube is freaking out because I will not click automatic ad breaks inserted into our live streams. They are adamant that they want me to insert an ad break every 15 minutes at max into our live streams. And I keep going, fuck off. Leave me alone. Stop popping this up. There's no way I'm doing that. No way. I have YouTube Premium because, well, my son and everything, I don't want him seeing all those stupid ads, right? But even still, I don't want I don't want our shit interrupted by stupid ass crap like shave your balls and Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy and whatnot. I don't want that,
Well, that's the funny thing is because, they want people to switch over to premium. So, you don't get adverts. But then at the same time, they're asking other people to put ads in. So they're basically just wanting us to promote YouTube Premium.
Well, that's what it is.
Annoying people with ads.
That's what it is. YouTube is trying to get the ad rate up to such a stupid degree that people just give up and go to premium. That's what they're trying to do. And if you ever watch one of those videos where like Linus Tech Tips or a few people analyze how they make money on YouTube, because he's put out a couple of those, members pay more than ads every time.
Yeah.
Not members, sorry. YouTube Premium watchers give a channel more money than an ad revenue every time. It's true.
Right. But also there must be a very, very odd balance on that, because YouTube obviously get money from advertisers. But if they get everyone onto premium,
they get more from premium.
Yeah, but then they don't have any advertisers because no one can advertise.
No, but here's the thing. If YouTube switches itself to a subscription-based thing, YouTube is still number one. They still have such a user base, it's not funny, that Google has all the personal info they need to still make huge money on Google AdSense for web pages and all that other shit. It's worth it to do that switch to them. It really is. Right? You got to remember, when you're looking at YouTube, they're not alone. They're with Google. And as such, you can tie them into each other, sort of, right? Yeah. Stephen Walsh, I updated to premium. I love it. I'm calling it that every time now, man.
Oh dear. That's one step above premium there.
Yeah. That's where you get a reach around every second push. But if you look at it, we have the Shills Live, the 42 show, my personal account, my son's personal account. So we just did the family plan and I put them all on. So then if you're in studio, you don't get ads and shit, right? As long as you're in one of the accounts, and it works for the people who are managers of the accounts, right? Like Dunk can just use the Shills channel and never see ads on YouTube.
Oh, can I? Oh, okay.
You didn't realize that? No? Yeah, just use the Shills channel and you've got premium.
Oh. How do I link that to the to my OnlyFans website?
You can't.
Oh, okay.
It's not for chocolate surfing. Somebody in the chat, Adam Round, says Merck allows the trolls. Well, we let the trolls come in.
Mm-hmm.
Our rule with the moderators are we call the line at hate.
We let you in, Adam.
Don't do that. but we try to draw the line at hate. So, because I personally like having a couple of trolls in the chat because everybody attacks them and it puts our chat rate up. And that's a metric in YouTube, and a high chat rate is a good thing.
And if you are coming to the channel with hate, then you have to be a guest on the show. That's just how it works. That's the only place for hate.
Yeah.
In this organization, you have to be on camera.
Yeah.
Or at least with an avatar.
Yeah. Merck's mods aren't allowed to kick any trolls. Oh, we give ours they can do it if they want to, but and they know that you got to give them free reign. But yeah, Mexi Girl in the chat says I'd love to see Felix's account. It's called Autism Through My Eyes, and it's like a cheetah and a human face mixed together, cartoon style. And he's put out a couple little nature documentaries and stuff, but they're years old. He won't he won't update his new, he won't upload his new stuff. And he's a really good video editor and stuff now. He's done some great shit, but he just, every time I say, come on, let's put it up and show everybody. Nope. All right then. No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm subbed to his channel, but I haven't checked.
Yeah.
And then nothing shows up.
I've got his channel locked in with iMovie and everything, so he can instantly upload in the whole 9 yards. It makes it easy, right? But he just, he doesn't want to do it anymore. Matt, super chat Matt, and says, what's the difference between you and Felix as editors? Oh, you're 100% different. Felix doesn't do effects and stuff. He edits as if he's doing a documentary, or like he'll recreate the credits to a movie. And he even goes so far as to find the right font for the text. And oh yeah. But you guys are completely different, 100%.
It's funny because I'm actually, just talking about Felix and him not uploading. I'm subbed to a lot of people we knew in the past. I've done nothing.
I know.
For years. And they used to be, they used to be quite prolific, and they're just like gone quiet.
Yeah. I think a lot of folks come into YouTube to go, okay, I'll give it 2 years, and if I don't make it, I'll just give up. Whereas I just came into it as a hobby, as something to do. And if you make a few bucks, you do. Well, what am I going to do? Just crack another beer and stare at the TV with my toes slightly in the way because I could raise my TV like 3 inches to make it perfect?
You can cut your toes off.
Yeah, I've considered it. Well,
yeah, that's stupid logic.
Yeah, exactly. Take the easy road, man. Yeah. What else should we get into?
I don't know. I had a spark of a thought there, and it disappeared like a ping.
It's probably for the best. Oh.
I think it was a good one.
It's the thought that goes ping.
We'll never know.
And bring in the most expensive thought. I've been doing Monty Python lines with my son since he was born, and I've been doing them with my friends since before. So in my world, there's a Monty Python line for any situation in life.
It certainly is.
You know? Oh, yeah. God damn, this pot that I had bought is so strong. Holy fuck. I forgot and I smoked the whole damn thing. Oh, well. If I don't make any sense in 7 minutes, you know why.
Just rewind 7 minutes before. You'll be fine.
I should grab my hash and do a few tokes just to level out.
Stephen Wall says, Dunk sings famous food recipes.
2 wild beef patties, special sauce, lettuce and cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
He's been snooping around my music studio. You know, somebody has uploaded the rough version of my latest album. Dunk sings recipes.
Yeah, 3 Oriental women locked in a basement singing, "I like my rice."
rice, baby. Ding, 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 ding.
Lynette, keep your day job. Oh, wait a minute. Keep your day job. So, oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty warm here. I am definitely going to have to consider putting the air conditioner in the damn window now. What a shit show that is.
You're going to get your ventilated underwear on.
Yeah, well,
a little cool breeze.
I got to get a new chair because I'm sitting on a pillow and I'll need ventilated underwear soon, you know?
Yeah, get the fucking chair sorted out. Yeah, if anybody in the chat wants to throw some shekels towards Dick getting a new fucking chair he's been known about for like 2 years, please do.
I even tried buying a new chair and it was so shitty. I just sent it back and gave up because I didn't have enough money for a better one, you know? It was awful. I remember there was like 5 things wrong with it.
Just get a spike.
But it did do one thing for me because Amazon are so slack and stupid with their returns. The chair I have now had a broken wheel. So I kept the wheels from the chair I returned and put the broken wheels in that chair and returned it. And nobody said anything. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be in one of those YouTube videos. Oh, you know, I just got one of those pallets from Amazon returns.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this! There's a great chair in it. Oh, all the fucking wheels are broken.
Yeah. If you saw that recently, that was me. Yeah. Yeah, that nerdy guy with bad audio and shitty camera angles that's bitching about the bad wheel on his chair. I did that to him.
I tell you what. I wonder if there's a thing in that you buy a thing from Amazon, you send it back in such a way that if it ends up on one of those return pallet things, it will stick out like a sore thumb. So you buy something, you I don't know what you do. You're right.
But then you could do reaction videos and laugh at them. I did that to you, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It becomes like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
On your channel to watch all the videos of people getting Amazon returns.
Yeah.
Then find your thing.
Yeah.
Send the link, and you do a reaction to it.
Oh, that'd be so funny. And you'd have to do like things that seem innocuous, but that are really nasty. So then you can have a really.
Get like a pink dildo and just send it back, but with a little brown ring.
Yeah.
Tried it, wrong size.
Yeah. This must be a front door model. I tried.
Having said that, I think if someone did ended up having a pink dildo turn up in their Amazon pallet of returns, they're probably not going to do a video about it.
Yeah.
They probably won't mention that one.
Yeah. Exactly. With streaks, right? Oh shit. Yeah.
And Carpathian says put an air tag on it to track it.
Yeah. What if you just see it going back and forth for a while? It's freaking out, man. What's it doing?
Oh dear. I have seen that somewhere. I can't remember where it was I saw it, but someone was sending something back to Amazon or something, and they did put an air tag in it to watch where it went, and it just like went all the way fucking around the world. I can't remember the story behind that one.
I've seen a couple of those too. The fact that you can go on Amazon and buy a $3 package of Velcro cable ties, and they show up at your door like a day later, and there's all the delivery and shipping and everything. It really makes you wonder, how does this work? How does anybody make anything off of this?
I know. Especially when you can buy something from Amazon that is less than £1.
Yeah. or
it's not even worth charging you for it at this point. You might just give it to you.
But think of, like, imagine you're somebody like me, right? Because I'm not driving right now, that's something I really have to deal with coming up. But I order dishwashing detergent, laundry detergent, fabric softener, bleach, cooking oil, and all of that stuff in one order. Right?
Yeah.
Big bag of flour for making bread and stuff like that. I order all my heavy stuff in one order, and it shows up for piss all because of that stupid membership. It weighs an absolute fortune. And if I myself was to take those packages down to the post office and try to ship them just one town north of me, it would cost about $200.
Yeah. That's why I order all my gold bars from Amazon Prime.
Yeah, right from Dubai, Amazon Prime, gold bars.
Free delivery.
Yeah, but it's unbelievable. I don't understand how it works. I don't get it.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it is.
I spend like $45 or $50 on stupid, cheap, big, heavy items, and they show up at my door for $45 to $50 plus some $12 a month thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at this point people aren't using the system built within Amazon to send their FedEx, UPS, postal service.
Yeah.
Just put it all on the Amazon van.
Yeah.
They got the infrastructure sorted.
You know what's funny too? Amazon has lots of used stuff for sale. Like whenever you look up an item, if there's a used version of it, it comes up on that right side panel.
Yeah.
There was just an in-depth investigation done. I think it was a Canadian news site, but it might have been American. You know how much fucking stolen crap is being sold on Amazon?
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
Used. You could buy stolen mountain bikes and computers, and oh my god,
Yeah. I mean, like it used to be on eBay, but obviously that's kind of like fucking obvious. It's like you might as well go around all the car boot sales and garage sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The police van and just pick them all up. But Amazon, that's the face of legitimacy.
Exactly. And they also realized that the whole backside of Amazon just doesn't give a rat's ass. Just give us our cut. That's all they care about.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they care about it a little bit, but it's probably just easy for them just to kind of like ignore it.
Jeff Bezos and his bimbo were at in Monaco this weekend for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Racing?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, he was watching, but he.
Oh, she was racing.
Yeah, she was racy. But it really didn't look like he gave a fuck about anything but himself on the coverage. You know.
To be honest with you, if I was Jeff Bezos right now, I'll be the fucking same. To be honest with you, I'd be right there.
If I was Jeff Bezos, I'd be crying in the mirror every day going, I'm so rich and I'm so bald. It's not fair.
I used to sell books from my garage.
Yeah. But you go back and listen to him talk when he was like young and just doing the book thing. He knew what Amazon was going to be back then. He knew he had this planned out from day one, and he knew he had to grow slow into it and train people. It's unbelievable to listen to. He knew it.
Yeah. No, very, very clever.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You got to give him that. What he's done to brick and mortar stores and employment is terrible because nobody seems to like working at Amazon. And I think people would rather actually work at their local Walmart than Amazon.
No.
But
if it wouldn't have been Amazon, there would have been something else. I think there's lots of other Amazon-like ventures out there, but just don't come close.
Well, it's driven by this whole thing with the stock market. In the modern day and age, as soon as a company goes public, if they don't continue to grow, their stock fails. So how do you continue to grow once you're already Walmart or Amazon? And it becomes this ridiculous thing where you start forcing your suppliers to supply you cheaper and cheaper crap so that there can be better margins so you still have growth. And you end up where you have a spatula and the handle falls off the thing after like 3 uses. Because
I'm sure Jeff Bezos doesn't buy those spatulas though.
Exactly. He doesn't shop at his own place, right? He knows better.
He doesn't go price from low to high. It would just go straight high to low. I'll just take the $400,000 spatula, please.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You do low to high. Let's say you're looking for a small little Nook-like PC to plug into your television to be a home entertainment system sort of thing. If you do low to high on Amazon, you'll find that they start around $200, except that category will be flooded by somebody who puts out a USB Bluetooth dongle for $1.99, and it puts used for Nook PC.
Or a bracket.
Yeah.
20 pages of just nothing.
Exactly. And when you look at the bottom, you can only jump forward like 3 pages, not like 50 like you need to. It's a joke, right? So you have to keep guessing. You go low price, $20, $30, $50, and you find it. But when you find those low-end Nook PCs or whatever, you'll find them at X price. Then switch it to price by high. You'll find the same product at $900.
Yeah.
How can that even be a thing?
Don't know. I mean, yeah, because you can. Simple as that, I guess. People can buy some whatever you like. It's still the same bloody product.
And you'll have a group of 7 or 8 YouTubers that struck it big, and they all live in the same house and tickle each other's penises when they go to bed, and they'll click high first and just think they're getting the best product. Actually, you'll rip them off. Who cares?
You'll see the same thing. Just say like you're buying a glass bottle for squirting oil or something. And, you'll see the exact same product, same image.
Yeah.
Same image,
Yeah.
and the price difference can be like 50 quid, $50 or what between the same bloody thing.
Yeah.
And then you go to Temu and then you can get 10 for $10.
Yeah, but the Temu one will be the actual knockoff. The ones on Amazon are all the real one that was only worth $80 anyway, right? It's crazy.
I think a lot of people just get the stuff from Temu anyway and just shove it on Amazon.
There's a guy on YouTube right now, and he's rebuilding a wrecked McLaren with only parts bought on Temu.
Oh, right.
And every time his video shows up, I go, not interested, because I don't want to see you rebuild an amazing car like a fucking idiot. I want to see you do it right, you dumbass.
I don't know. I quite like the idea of that.
Maybe it's your fault he keeps coming up in my feed because we watch the same shit because we always watch our own shows.
Well, the thing is, you are pretty anal about this kind of stuff.
I like engineering and all that and blah, blah. I'm going to rebuild a supercar on Temu, and then I'm going to die when I take a corner and bounce off a tree. I don't want that,
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, don't forget, I had a YouTube channel that was like based around like building cheap guitars out of shit. So and you would never subscribe to my channel. You'd look at it and go, I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying into this shit. It's crap. I went. No,
you know what I would have done is I would have gone, let's bug this guy and see if he's setting up the guitars and doing them properly, because that's what I would have done. I don't care if you're making it out of silicone and fucking beer bottles or measure the action. I want to hear the fret buzz.
I back in the day. I don't think I could do it now, but oh god, I was good at a setup.
I bet. Good. Yeah, you're a patient, hands-on guy, like doing movie model work back in the day and stuff. You'd be somebody who could actually. Me at 15 minutes in, I'm like, throw it through a window and get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that with guitars.
I still got to deal with mine.
Yeah, but I know you got a little knob issue to deal with. But yeah, no, you have.
Don't ever say that again, you fucking.
Yeah, you and your fucking knob. No, but there's. Yeah, but you get used. I forgot where I was going now. But there was a lot of people on buying, getting guitars set up, and they say, "Oh, will you set it up for me?" I says, "Well, yeah, I can, but
how do you play?"
you realize that is a very, very personal thing.
Yeah.
Or you can. I mean, some people like the strings high, some people like them low. So, whatever. Yeah. And you just had all these people just like.
Yeah, set up a guitar for Steve Vai and hand it to Tom Petty and watch him hit you with it, right?
Yeah, and of course, when you were setting it up, when you set it up, in the winter, it's summer now. It's all different.
Yeah.
I mean, did you not think about that? I mean, a setup is just learn to set up your own fucking guitar.
Yeah.
So you can just do it, because things change. Wood moves, it warps, it changes.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that you're saying. If you're a good guitar player and you do care about your guitars, taking them through the seasonal change is not the same as taking a guitar that's completely wrong and bringing it into setup, right?
Oh yeah, there is that. He can at least get it into a good place.
Yeah. And the one thing that's great for guys like me where I live is we've got this monster setup guy in town, and he charges like, $80, $100 or whatever, depending if you need like a week-long truss rod adjustment or just a layout, right? And he's an 80s shred monster. So I know for sure I can just drop it off to him and get exactly what I want.
I mean, to be fair, $100 isn't bad.
Totally, man.
I mean, obviously people want what? It's just going to take you like 5 minutes. So it must be like, $6. No.
No, mine's going to need a little truss rod action. Like mine is going to be an easy 10-day setup or 12-day setup or whatever. But it's not like he's focusing on my rig for the total 12 days. He just checks it now and then and makes an adjustment, right?
Does he do like fret level checks and shit like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was speaking of frets. I think I'm spending for some. We'll see.
Are your frets fucked?
Yeah, well, they're a little bit worn, but they're worn in the way that they're just a tiny bit, but in the top, in the cord area. Like I've got here, I'll show you.
Oh, it's not going to show up on camera. You have to get real close.
Hold on here. No, I'm not going to show that, but hold on. I've got an 80 shred metal Ibanez guitar. And
you can tell because it's black.
yeah. Well, it's got the maple neck, which makes it pretty cool. But and it's just got to be, tweaked a bit, and it's totally worth it to get it done really right. But he'll get it to the point where it's super close to what I want, and then I can fine tune it from there. Matt says, play some 80s music on that guitar. That's pretty much all I know. Not really, but
U2, Spandau Ballet, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, hold on. I do have a mute button for you. Let me just find it here. Yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. I learned how to play Echo Beach, and it took me 5 minutes.
To throw your guitar out the window.
Dave Worley says play Wonderwall. Anybody can do 4 chords. Come on.
Yeah. Can you play what do you call it?
Guitar?
I just totally lost it. What is it? What's the one? What's the one in Wayne's World when he goes in? You're not allowed to play it. What was the fuck is it again? Not Stairway to Heaven. Was it Stairway to Heaven? You're not allowed to play it.
What you talking about, Willis?
In Wayne's World, when he goes in and he picks up the guitar and he's wanting to play. Tries the guitar and he starts. I think it's Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, and they instantly stop him. Yeah, exactly. That's because nobody who can actually play a guitar has ever walked into a guitar store and played Stairway to Heaven to test out a guitar because it makes no sense, right? That's
The thing is, it's funny thing is, the Stairway to Heaven isn't an easy. It's not like an easy thing, but I guess it's just like opening bit. Everybody like. Learns ding 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 ding. Yeah, I don't know. I think the worst one is you pick up a guitar and you instantly play James Bond. Dun 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 dun.
That's never happened in North America, I can tell you.
Or smoke on the water.
If somebody grabs your guitar and the first thing they do is start playing Smoke on the Water, take your guitar back before they drop it. No guitar player plays Smoke on the Water unless they're trying to, give the keyboard player and drummer a song that's for them. It's not a guitar song. It's just, it's just, yeah, not really. It's a great song. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something that, you have 3 beers and go, yeah, I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to play Smoke on the Water.
Why is it your bass player never knows when to come in through your front door? It's because they never know.
They can't hear the 4 count on the outside?
They never know when to come in.
What do you call a rock and roll drummer without a girlfriend? Homeless.
I know a drummer. I think he's married. I'm not sure. I think he might not be because his entire house is just full of drums. Whether they're set up or just like stacked somewhere, and he basically he plays with my old friend Ed Dana, and he basically goes out with like a digital drum pad sort of thing. That's what he plays, because it's nice and easy to set up, and then it's great for just bar work and stuff like that. But his entire house is like full of drum kits.
Wow. His neighbors must love that.
I think, but I don't even know if any of them are set up. It's like I think they're just like it's like there's a great picture of it's like the idea of
so he's just a horror.
Yeah. It's like some guitarists, they just end up having to get one of every food group at least. They have to get the SG. They have to get
but those guys, once they get a telly, now they need the old one and the new one, and
and they want the classic, and then they want the vintage. And
I always love it when you show up at somebody's house who's a total metal shredder, and they've got like a hollow body and a telly hanging on the wall, and it's like, yeah, sure, you play those.
No, I've got in my bathroom, toilet upstairs. I've got my toilet seat guitar that I built years ago. The Squit Splat the Squit Splat Strat.
You know what? You should get back into it for one last guitar, and you should do one that's clear epoxy with like seashells and stuff in it, and it can be the American Vacation trinket guitar.
No, I'll just get a guitar and glue shells on the outside of it. That's how you traditionally do a shit kind of.
Elmer's Glue sponsored Oregon Caves Vacation Guitar Special.
You used to be able to go to like it's like a seaside town in Britain, and there'd be like a gift shop, and all they had in the gift shop were things with shells stuck to them.
Yeah, exactly. We did the West Coast of North America as a vacation thing as a kid a few times. And literally you go into all these gift shops and it's just like some Google eyes stuck to a shell or,
I bought what was it, a pet rock? No.
Even I still hang out on Thursdays.
It was a pet log. It was a piece of wood, like 1 inch, probably not even 1 inch in diameter, and just with a chamfered top. It was only like about an inch and a half tall, with a chamfered bit on it, with a couple of eyes glued on it. Yeah. And I brought that back. Yeah, that was my my gift from Scotland.
I was 4 years old, and I was in California doing the redwood forest thing with my parents, and I bought this log truck that was just a piece of wood and a piece of wood with a log nose and wheels and a log on the flat piece of wood. And I think in like 1974 that thing cost about $13. I'm not kidding. Yeah. I think it actually caused a forest fire because I left it behind when camping one time.
Yeah.
It was so stupid,
The googly eyes caught the sun at a certain point.
Yeah. Lit the porta potty, everything burned. It was terrible. We got a shout out here from UTV and Ham in the chat. Woo! A direct donation in from the coffee site there to help keep the lights on or for Ukraine. Oh, good one, dude. Good one.
Yeah, shove that into your chair fund, or at least a new cushion.
Yeah. My God, I have a bony ass fund.
I bought myself a bike the other day, And I don't mean a dirty tart down the road who was just giving it out. I got myself a bike, a cheap bike, because I just need exercise. I just need to fucking get myself sorted because I am so unfit. So, but anyway, I bought the bike, and then because Amazon does this thing, says, well, you just bought a bike, you might be interested in these, and they were
on titty implants.
Undercrackers for bike riders, underwear, and I wish I had an image. No, let me see. Oh no, I'm not going to go looking for it now. But basically, they were like lycra underwear. I'm assuming you wear underneath your cycling shorts. I'm not sure, but they basically had like a padded arse. Right,
to absorb the sweat,
to absorb the seat, just to make it a more comfortable ride. But it was like,
why not just get it? Okay,
but there was like big bright blue pads on the back side of these shorts, and I was showing them to the missus. I says, I wore those. I look like a fucking baboon. I'll be getting like fucked by baboons all around Surrey. It just go, oh, look at that ass.
Morgan and Bertha were driving their old Jensen around you going, I think that baboon has a swollen colon.
Nice bike though. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because I went out on the bike for like 5 minutes and then like sweated myself up to like a frenzy and came back and said, "Oh God, I need a rest." And so I went out the next day and did like 7 minutes. and
the driveway this time.
Yeah, exactly. But I sat on it and go, Jesus Christ, that hurts. I haven't ridden a bike in 20 odd years, and it's like, ow.
Dude, back in the 70s, bicycle seats were actually meant to sit on. These new ones that you see on bikes, they look like they're designed to just simply go up your rectum. I don't quite understand it.
They're called butt plugs, I think.
Nobody's ass is that small. I know.
Oh, that is funny.
Even children are like, mommy, it hurts my rectum. Just pedal, son, just pedal.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have a racing bike, and so it had like one of those like small slithers of a seat that you sat on. But I went everywhere on it. Like I said, I was telling you the other day, we cycled around the entire route of East Anglia.
Probably why you had to have that operation.
Well, I can tell you about that. Yeah, I fell off the bike on the third day. Get down this hill, tore my leg to shreds. So the rest of the holiday, it was like 14 days around East Anglia. The rest of the holiday, I was basically cycling with one leg.
Oh man, that sucks.
You should have seen it. Oh my God, I had to get people in them. It was just.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into details. It just looks so bad.
Yeah, don't describe the inner meat. I don't need that.
No, but you can imagine just how.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like if we just do one more on the bicycle seats, if they get any smaller, you're literally just going to take the tube for the seat and insert it and become one with the bike, right?
Oh, you get your bum tapped so you can at least thread it.
Yeah, you sit down on the bike and you spin around 3 times like it's a bar stool.
Yeah, but then you bring in the locking nut from underneath.
Yeah, it hides behind your nutsack. You just got to lift it up and give it a little flick, right? Yeah. If you happen to have a partner, they can help you with the cotter pin.
Yeah. They can help you with the cream afterwards as well.
We've got another direct donation shout out here from our own Mexi girl, because she threw in nothing less than $6.66. And she says, it's because I'm going to come and hunt you down and kill you all because I am the Grim Reaper. I'm just hanging out in Mexico having fun first, man. Yeah, no, it's one of the funds, Viva Mexico. Everybody else sucks because she's drinking tequila by the pool.
Hey, we got another one in.
What happened? Oh,
this is on the screen.
Stephen AK. Does AK stand for like Arkanoid or AK-47?
Away from keyboard.
Oh, that could be it. Also chronically fucked right up. But Steven, for Dunk's bike or Dick's chair, you decide. Oh, I'll decide.
Yeah, we know. We can know how that decision is going to go.
But thank you very much. If that's a clue. Oh, is it Steven Alaska? That makes sense. I don't do call centers, so I'm not really sure.
Steve Walsh, I think.
Yeah, could be.
He says Alaskanoid.
Alaskanoid. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's it then. You know what? I think that's it. Here, hold on. Could that be the thing?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I think it could be.
I thought you were going to go, could it be Satan?
I had no idea what I was going to do when I hit the button. I was just hoping something came out.
Yeah, well, something did.
Yeah, it's like sex, right? You go for the button. You're not sure, but you hope it's going to work out, right? You know?
Well, now you've been watching Clarkson's Farm. You know what to look for. Oh, that's where it is. Why do they put women's clitorises on pigs?
Even stumbling drunk, I knew how to find that one. I'm not taking that line down. Well,
I don't know what you're complaining about, honey, because I did find your clitoris. It just happened to be on a pig on Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah. Honey, I found the clitoris. Let me show you. The maid's still here.
And you got another one.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
yeah.
I saw that. All right, hold on. I was fucking around with all my toys. Where is it? Oh! Commander Prankster! He threw a $20 direct donation in there and he put as the message, cheers. I just want to say that all money should go direct to Dick Dawson because Dunk is
fabulously wealthy.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you've got a chest full of awards and you hobnob with the rich and famous and stuff, right?
I don't hobnob with anybody, you bastard.
Dunk is streaming from Monaco right now. He's in town for the Formula One race.
Yeah, just so happened to be in like a broom cupboard somewhere because $40,000 a month.
Big thanks, Commander Prankster. Huge shout. That's really cool, man. Yeah, my God. I remember years ago, and I mean years ago when like David Coulthard was still driving F1 and so on, they did a documentary in Monaco on how a 2-bedroom apartment was worth at least $2 million.
Yeah.
And that was in the 90s, man.
Bonkers.
Can you imagine right now that 2-bedroom apartment would be worth about $25 million?
Yeah. Or a 747 Love Palace.
Yeah. Without the cum stains. Oh, Indy 500. No spoilers. No spoilers. I haven't even watched qualifying yet because it was all about the Monaco Grand Prix for me first. But I never missed a Indy 500, Le Mans as well. And tomorrow is all about me waking up, watching quali and watching the race. I cannot wait. I love the Indy. When you've got open wheel race cars, this is the thing. This isn't NASCAR where they have fenders. These are open wheel race cars where the rubber and the wheels can touch each other and cause chaos. And they're doing 230 miles an hour around a corner. It is savage crazy, man.
Driving past all those Starbucks.
No, that's the police. But, because, they go to the cheap donut shops, right?
Oh, they must have really posh shops on the front of the racetrack, in Monaco.
But
I did hear the U.S. Navy managed to lose an F-18 Hornet off the side of Monaco racetrack.
Fell off a yacht.
It wasn't supposed to be there, but it still managed to lose it.
Yeah, David Worley in the chat says F1 spoilers are treated here on par with insulting Ukrainians. It's close, really close, right? Insulting Ukrainians is still worse, but it's close. I mean, it's not like baseball in America where there's 12,000 games a season. Formula One has 20-ish races a year. If one is spoiled, it's a big deal. Dunk needs a tricycle.
A big wheel.
I think we should rename you to Yoda, but it's Yoduh.
Why?
I think it's really funny. It came to me today. I was like, Yoda. That's funny. Moonscat, a green machine. You mean the kids thing with the levers and the pedals and the spinny winny? I love those. Yeah.
We used to hang around with this guy in the guitar community. He was a fucking nut job, and he was usually claiming that his dad invented the big wheel.
Oh, come on, that's stupid.
I know. It's like being the person saying, "Oh, I came up with the sax solo in Baker Street."
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Everybody did it.
Yeah. You ever heard? That was me. I did it in my bathroom.
Yeah.
The big wheel, though, if you go back, though, the big wheel gets more attention, but the green machine was badass, man. Every big wheel kid was secretly jealous of the kid with the green machine. It's true.
What's the difference?
The green machine, I don't actually think was as good, but it kind of looked cooler because it was more rare.
Because it was green?
Well, it also had tiller steer, left and right, 2 handles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the big wheel was just just a steering.
Yeah. But the big wheel truly was probably the more stable, agile machine. The green machine was just far out crazy, man. It was awesome. See if I can get a picture here.
Never had any of those.
Yeah.
Being, poor and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I did have a little red racing car that I think I got when I was about 5 or 6 with plastic wheels, and you just push it, sit on it and push along. And I wore the fucking wheels out.
See, that's the green machine, man.
Okay.
Yeah. It was cool. But I do believe that the big wheel with this real steering wheel was probably easier and better to use, right?
Yeah.
If you watch, I love them, the Red Bull soapbox racing, steering like the green machine, it's not a winner.
No.
No, that's not a winner.
Yeah, so that's rear axle steering as opposed to the big wheel, which is front wheel steering.
Yeah, it's rear axle and it's it's tillered like twin handle, like a tank, right? So it, if you got good at it, sure, it was good, but the big wheel was just naturally better.
Yeah, I bet you could do some spinnies on that, eh?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were great for chipping teeth and road rash and
Yeah. I mean, also going back to those days, you think about it, like everybody
guys-
today,
Oh,
cycle helmet? What's a cycle helmet?
yeah. Because as you can see here, Dunk didn't wear one when he was a kid, right? Right? Why would you wear a helmet? You're good. Your ears will protect you. You got
That's my speeder bike.
I grew up on bikes and stuff. When I was 4 years old, just turning 5 in summer, I guess that's a clue to when my birthday is. I got myself one of the Honda Mini Trail 50s. It was awesome. I remember I jumped on it. I knew I didn't have to worry about the clutch. It was just throttle and step for the 3 gears. I had full throttle instantly. Every time I stepped on the gears, the front tire would lift up. I was barely in control. My parents must have been panicking, and I'm flying down the field. Man, it was awesome.
That explains the metal plate in the back of your head.
Yeah, actually, never broke a bone in my life. Yeah.
We could change that.
I doubt you're man enough, to be honest.
Could be arranged. Well, I didn't say I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'll get the boys round.
Yeah. Even then, I welcome the challenge. But yeah, I was one of those lucky kids, man. I did crazy shit. And I fell doing massive jumps, and I got fake teeth in the front and all kinds of craziness, but I never broke a thing. Yeah. Lucky as hell. That was a good one. That's funny. It's got like a weird sci-fi moped back end, but just like a total old school front to the bike. I like it.
Kind of a cool bike, actually.
Yeah.
We should market that.
Yeah. Anybody want to buy a Shills bike? We're going to make it look just like that, but bigger. That'd be funny, man. I would love to market like my own sports car. I know exactly how I would build it and what I would do and the whole 9 yards. Oh my God, that would be so amazing. Be expensive, but if somebody would listen to me, I'd make a good car, I tell you. Bold words, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk said words like that.
Yeah, but mine would have a distinct difference to his, because mine would be lightweight and they'd have an engine and they would be sporty.
They
wouldn't be owned by a fascist.
Well, Kanye might buy one.
Oh my God. I think it was Mexigirl that put in our Shills private chat. South Park has an episode coming up where they're going to do Diddy again. Oh man, I can't wait to see that. He's still a motherfucking gay fish. It's going to be awesome. Oh no, Diddy was the say his name 3 times and he comes and baseball bats you to death or something, wasn't it? Can't remember now. I'm confused.
No clue.
Yeah. Oh, that was Biggie Smalls.
You keep bringing that show up, but I have no.
My God, man, you've got to get with it. Just watch the first 6 seasons and then you'll know every joke I make, right?
Yeah, I got the movie. I know the movie, sort of. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
What time do we got?
Hang on, is it like watch the first 6 seasons, but not the first season? Is it going to be one of those sort of things?
No. Watch the very first episode. Cartman gets an anal probe. You've got to watch that one. I watched that the first time it was on Canadian television. It was Friday night, midnight. We were getting ready to go to the bar, and my buddies show up to pick me up, and I'm screaming down to the door, I'm not coming to the door. Come up and watch this. I'm not leaving until it's over. And I just couldn't believe my eyes that was on television. It blew me away.
Well, I could do a YouTube search for anal probe if you're really into that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you'll just find disgusting pictures of Giorgio Tsoukalos.
Well, yeah, if that's what you're into, I can find them.
I like to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I like to sing. South Park people know why I'm singing that song.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, man. You know what? You ever get that thing where you've got good, strong grass and you smoke one and you think, holy fuck, that's going to screw me up?
No.
But when you're done smoking it, you're like, that didn't seem like enough.
Never been one of my life's problems, I got to say.
Yeah. God, man, this not to stress the issue, but my chair is so uncomfortable that I literally can smoke one of those fat CBD joints like every 30 minutes when I'm sitting in this fucking thing.
Maybe you should sit on a cushion of grass. It would just help.
I should sit on a hay bale stuck on a milk crate, you know? I could bob my head like I'm on a tractor. Does that work? Not really, eh? Doesn't have that weighty effect of being bounced around. Better than Arwen's chair. PJ seen it in the chat. Arwen's the kind of guy that would sit on a rock if it means he could spend 12 more bucks on a rock. Let me get a beer. Hold on.
Or a plastic crossbow.
He'd take a plastic crossbow in all the wrong places for 12 bucks. Just to, you know.
I went to Toys R Us and got a crossbow. Oh no, Dick gone off to get a beer. He won't be too long, so don't run away. He's coming back and he's got a beer and he's got his headphones on, so he's back in the room.
Hold on, let me search Arwen's name and see if I can bring him up on YouTube here just to show everybody. You want to see the stupid ass crap you've ever seen on YouTube, man? Let me see if I can find this fucking idiot. There we go. Oh my God. His channel's called Arwen's Jumper.
That's probably not him.
Oh, no. That's okay. Yeah. That's it's somebody making fun of him. Okay. So Arwen.
You probably he's so insignificant. You'd probably be there. He is.
Yeah, but look, the first one has 49 subscribers, and it's the best of Arwen. Yeah. But this is somebody making fun of him, so it's probably the one to show, right?
Scumbag! I'm doing my best being exemplary. You fucking jump off the roof, you faggot! I'm doing my best being exemplary. Genuinely hope he's going to get to this point in his life where he will fucking end himself. I'm doing my best being exemplary. If you get a torturous disease, it's literally gonna wreck you apart with pain until you fucking end yourself, you filthy fucking scumbag!
What do you think?
Owen.
I'm wishing cancer upon you. Cancer?
Okay, we're going to get so many copyright claims from this. It's not funny. Oh, God.
Strange little man.
Oh, he's so screwed up. I don't know if I can actually find his real channel, because if there's ever been anyone that was shadow banned, it's this piece of trash.
Yeah, I was saying when you were like trying to look for him, I'd be I'd be surprised if you actually managed to find his channel.
There's one called Arwen's Inflatable Girlfriend.
You do realize, all these, stock account, channels, they're probably all done by the same person.
Totally, probably. Putin's cat says, "Why you dissing other channels?" Dude, just wait. If I can actually find his real channel, you'll understand.
It's just no, it doesn't. No, I think there's. I think there's more quality picking on the channels that are taking the piss out of him than.
Yeah. I can't even find his own channel. It's so bad. Oh my god!
Yeah,
but he's an
old flat earther.
But he's not just. He's vile and angry. He's the most hate-filled man. Oh my god!
Well, no. The thing is, it's not just he's hate-filled. He's hate-filled at his audience unless they send him money. Oh, and then he turns into a little puppy dog.
Well, he literally joneses out for drugs on his live stream, screaming for PayPal donations until he gets one, and then he's all happy.
Why don't you support me, you bastards?
Yeah, I've been doing this for you. Oh my god, it's so bad. Here, have yourself a rabbit pilsner. It's good stuff.
PJ says he had a go at someone for sending a large super chat because he wanted it direct. Sending me money. That wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. You have to do it better. Send me Bitcoin. Send me.
I can't spend that today.
I'll go wait.
I can't buy $10 worth of crack and a box of Kraft dinner with a super chat.
Kraft dinner? He's not that much of a chef. He's a ramen guy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's saying, boil a kettle, bung the noodles in.
Yeah, save 35 cents. And actually, it's more than 35 cents because Kraft dinner actually takes what? Milk and butter, right?
Yeah. So it almost takes cooking skills.
Yeah, probably cost you about $3.50.
I get it. That was a drug joke.
That was a South Park joke, actually. Yeah. Chef's parents keep getting bugged by the Loch Ness Monster. He shows up at their door all the time and says, "I'm going to need about $3.50." It's weird, I know, but it's funny if you watch it. I said, "Damn it, monster. We work hard for our money in this family. I'm not giving you no damn $3.50.
It's like speaking in a completely different language.
Yeah.
When you don't get the cultural references, you really don't get the cultural references.
Yeah. And to make it even worse, Chef's mom chipes in at the moment there and she says, "I gave him $1. You gave him $1, woman? I told you. He's always going to come back. You keep giving him money." It's really funny. And every time Chef's parents get up to walk out of the room, they leave sweat stains on the couch or whatever they're sitting on. It's hilarious. Oh shit. Okay, I got to get ready to order supper for my son because it's 10 to 6 and I'm not ready to make anything. So
there goes my bike fund.
It's more than that. He gets to eat something nice and I get toast afterwards.
Well, why don't you get something nice?
Well, because if I have to order for him, there's no money to get me anything nice. That's kind of how it works. But it's all right. It's my fault. I knew what I was doing. What's this little shit burger want tonight? What should I do? Oh, right. He wanted that local burger joint we got. Yeah, okay.
So are we going to start putting your food orders into Make-A-Wish fund or something?
That would be good. Yeah.
Dick's hungry. he's 15. He's been adopted, and he'd like to get a burger.
Would anybody like to adopt me?
No.
No, that sucks.
I couldn't find a cot the right size for you.
Why do people? Can I just ask? Why do people put disgusting little vinegar-soaked slices of pickle on burgers? What the fuck is with that?
It's simple. It's because you can then open up the burger, take the fuckers out, and throw them out.
No, those little psychotically nasty little sons of bitches, they leak liquid all through, and the whole thing tastes like it. It's just.
You just say, I don't want them.
That's what I usually do. And sometimes they show up anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Because it turns out that you can't teach teenagers to build a burger. I don't know.
I remember going to a McDonald's one time, and I didn't know that the Happy Meal burger, they put mustard in. And little baby Connor was sitting there. I say baby, he's about 7 or something, and he's like bites into this burger. And he just starts crying because there's like fucking mustard. Like, why do they put mustard in a kid's burger? I mean, that's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Kids, like little kids, usually like a burger plain with cheese, right?
Yeah, don't want anything else in it. Maybe ketchup, maybe.
Ketchup is just, it shouldn't even be on a burger, but now we're just getting personal, right? No.
I just remember him sobbing, crying his eyes out.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Now, speaking of crying their eyes out, I'm surprised I haven't heard the free-range children during this stream yet. I haven't told yeah, literally. Tarzan's children live in my neighborhood right now.
Wild pack.
Yeah.
Maybe they've gone off hunting into the woods.
Well, I do believe that her children get together and decide that they have a target and hunt it. I do believe that at this point. But it's crazy. I mean, my neighbor has a video from her security camera of the new neighbor's daughter, who's 4 years old, coming into her carport, fucking around with her stuff, and right in the middle of it, hiking down her drawers and free range pissing right in the center of the carport. And
she wasn't even drunk.
Yeah, well, yeah. And what's her name was at work while this happened. And she gave me a text and she's like, look at what just happened at my place. And she sent me the video from her security camera. I'm like, I know it's the AI age, but that really happened, didn't it? What the hell? How can that be normal? How can that be normal? Please. And then I think, okay, I want somebody to explain to me how this can be normal. And then I think to myself, you know what? Why would I ask for that to be explained to me?
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't want to know.
It's the new civilization. We're going backwards.
Yeah. So I call them the free range children because that just seems to be how it works. Isn't that weird? Is it just me? It's not just me, is it? It's not just me.
it's just you and where you live.
Ain't that the sad truth? Okay. I'm almost done with all this ordering things and whatnot here. Hold on. Let's see. I got them that and that. It's a local place. It's not like a normal online system, so their menu is very confusing. It's very difficult. I think I got it. Just a second here. Oh, God. I hate this. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. Oh, you fuckers. What's going on? Sorry, hold on. I thought I had this. Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Okay. It's really loud in the ears.
Welcome to the Dick Dawson ordering process.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Maxie Girl says maybe Dick's ordering dinner for all of us. Yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Did it work?
What do you folks in the chat want? Yeah, Dick's putting the order in.
Okay, here we go. All right. It finally worked. It's such a homegrown website that I go to it and it shows my address because it knows who I am with the cookie and everything. And then at checkout, it goes, "Oh, who are you? Would you like to sign in?" And blah, blah. I'm like, seriously? You just showed me my own address, you know?
Yeah.
And
Now
if
please
you're, hold on. If you're going to say, well, that's because your browser and location, no, it's turned off. No way do I let people have that shit. Their site seems to take my auto login away at checkout. It's very strange. But their site looks like it was built in 2005. So, here we go. All right. I think I'm good.
Probably the same as the burgers.
Oh, no, they're so good, man. You've never tasted stray dog taste like that.
Rat burger.
Oh, yeah. Demolition. What's his name there? The angry comedian. You're an asshole. I'm an asshole. He'd love it, right?
Dennis Leary.
That's it.
I only remember his name because we bring him up so often.
Yeah. Funny that two ornery asshole guys like an ornery asshole comedian. Isn't that funny? So they still haven't approved our monetization on this channel yet. So if you have nothing to do later, well, even if you do, send YouTube a note on like Team YouTube on Shitter and say, hey, the hell is wrong with you? You know, they're literally the best channel YouTube has ever had. And you won't even monetize them because you're.
Yeah, but you can't go to, Team YouTube and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because they'll just come back and say, what do you want on a list?
That's true. Yeah. You know what? We should do a stream coming up. Everything that's wrong with YouTube. Because then that way they would know.
Yeah, maybe not on the channel we're trying to get monetized on, but
no, we'll make a new throwaway channel and we'll use it once.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, yours still has more subs than this one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not monetized anymore.
What? Oh, they did really do that?
Yeah. No, that monetization went
So,
because I haven't been putting out many videos. So,
somebody with a 10-year-old viral video that's still getting views that doesn't put out videos anymore is no longer getting the ad revenue for it.
Well, I wasn't getting the ad revenue for the viral video anyway, but yeah.
That's different on your account, but I'm saying, right, that's what would happen, right? Yeah, interesting. How screwed up is that? Why don't you own your content 10 years later, right? That's not fair.
No, it's simply the fact that my videos, my channel has not been getting is lost the view count.
Right. But somebody that has, big videos that catch on again every now and then could have a 3-year slump. And that's because YouTube doesn't promote their video. And then all of a sudden they do. And they go, well, you haven't been doing anything. We'll keep this money. You see what I mean? There's a slippery slope there, man, And I get videos recommended. There's a retro computer channel that I get recommended now and then. And the guy hasn't put out a video in 3 years. Like he gave up,
Yeah.
So who's getting the revenue? I bet YouTube takes it all.
Yeah,
man. It's still his content. That is not right. Fuckers, man. Wow.
And the guy's probably thinking, well, why the fucking hell didn't you promote me when I was active?
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I wonder. He was getting 5,000 views or something, and it just wasn't enough. And then he gives up, and all of a sudden YouTube promotes him, and now his videos are at like 200,000 views because that's where they are, right? Yeah. I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder if I shouldn't get a hold of that guy if I can. That'd be an interesting conversation. Yeah. Oh, here we go. The food is being prepared. All right. Felix will be happy. Local made fucking restaurant style fat ass burgers, all layered up and stuff. And God, they give us a good deal. I love this place.
Well, I hope they lay it up. If you get a burger with all the stuff side by side, that's a lot of burger.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if somebody would give me the lettuce and the tomato on the side, so they were actually crisp and nice, and I could put them on the damn burger myself. I
know. I used to drive my one of our takeaways potty.
Yeah.
Because you get a burger and you get it, and all the juices are soaked through the bottom bun.
Yeah,
and it's a soggy mess. So and the kids didn't like it, so I just said, "Well, just give me the bits."
Yeah, exactly. Separate it out, man. Yeah.
Build it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like that much. Driving the potty.
Yeah. But it makes sense, especially in this day and age of like skip the dishes and all these delivery places, because French fries and stuff don't deliver in open packages, right? They're terrible by the time they get to you. There has to be a new thing, right?
Or they wrap them up and then they just steam and become soggy.
Oh, yeah. They just become this lump.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, McDonald's fries, you put them in the air fryer for a couple of minutes and they freshen up, perfectly.
But McDonald's fries come out almost pale like white folk, and they have room to, right?
Honky tonk fries.
Exactly. McDonald's fries are honky tonk fries, right? And they got a little room to color up.
Blackface.
Oh, God.
Well, the thing, I don't know what it's like for you over there, but KFC fries, they're just fucking awful.
They're as limp as their freaking macaroni salad is. That
I don't understand.
They're-
You know, it's like the two things they do: chicken and fries.
Yeah.
Their fries are fucking awful.
terrible. Yeah, yeah. When Felix and I order from KFC, what I do is I get out a pot and I do up some mashed potatoes and gravy and stuff, and we just order the big old bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
I don't want their crap. Their macaroni salad, the macaroni is like pre-mastitized or something. It's just unbelievably nasty.
Oh, and the sweet corn on the cob. What the fuck is that? It doesn't even look like it's corn on the cob. It's just like watery, horrible. I don't get it.
It looks like baby teeth in an adult mouth. Like it's so wrong, you know.
I just don't understand how they managed to make a franchise. I mean, yeah, the chicken is tasty, but yeah, don't let it sweat in the bucket for too long because then it's revolting. But the rest else on the menu is just awful.
Yeah. You get the sweat of the chicken above ruining the crispness of the skin below, right?
Yeah.
You got to get that shit out of the bucket quick and let it air. You know,
I just don't understand.
Yeah. We and you know, it used to be all these places, McDonald's, KFC, and everything. They were a way of spending half the money of going to an actual real place to get food and feeding the family in a huge fun way in the living room or whatever, right? They're damn near close to the price of a real restaurant these days. And their portions keep getting smaller and their chicken is, you know, over steroided. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I watch a few channels that talk about, you know, getting food takeaways and all that kind of stuff. But there was a guy who went to Tim Hortons. I mean, it was in the UK. Okay, so we get that. It was Tim Hortons in the UK. Now, Tim Hortons is a big name in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And every fucking thing he had was disgusting.
That's the same here, actually. Tim Hortons 20 years ago used to have a bakery in the back of every shop and everything was made fresh and it was amazing. And some American asshole conglomerate bought Tim Hortons and they killed all the backroom bakeries so they could make you shitty sandwiches and stuff and try to turn it into more of a, you know, a place. And in all the donuts and stuff are now baked in central locations, but they're not quite cooked, so they're shipped to Tim Hortons and then they're finished cooking, like or, you know. And we have these things they're famous in Canada called Timbits, and they're supposed to be the little round piece that's popped out of a donut. Now there was no piece popped out, of course, right? But of course right now, 20 years ago, you would put Timbits out and eat them. And if you didn't finish them in like 45 minutes, they were already getting stale. Nowadays, you can go and buy Timbits and you can leave that box open on your table. And 8 hours later, they're still squishy fresh. Yeah. That ain't right, man. And everybody knows it, you know. It's ruined. It's awful. Even the coffee just tastes, no offense, but American. You know. That's
what the guy said on the video. It's just like, you know, the coffee was just like,
yeah.
I mean, don't get me started on Starbucks coffee. I will never buy a Starbucks again. But it's disgusting.
Paul Gilbert in the chat says Burger King bought Tim Hortons. Well, sort of. Restaurant
King are massive.
Yeah, Restaurant Brands Incorporated bought Tim Hortons, and they also own Burger King and a couple others. Yeah. And they're a terrible owner. The franchises, I know one person that owns a Tim Hortons in my town, and they hate the company. They hate them, right? Because everything sucks now. It's just terrible.
Yeah, Burger King has gone down too. And
Oh,
They're all at it. Yeah, they're all going down. I think McDonald's is the only one that's hanging on.
no, but
it's what
McDonald's
you're saying. The pricing.
McDonald's has kept the taste. They taste like they're the same, but the portions, the sizes, a Big Mac is barely bigger than the old cheeseburger, the cheap one.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Now they did a very, very clever thing. Is they never had sort of a thing called the quarter pounder.
Yes, because they did.
No. But if you've got a quarter, but the point is, if you've got a quarter pounder, it's got to weigh a quarter pound, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have a quarter pounder in America, in Canada, right? You guys call it the Royale with cheese or some bullshit.
No, that's
I know, but you guys have a different name for it, but it's the same fucking burger.
No, we call them quarter pounders too. But the question is it still a quarter pound?
It's a quarter pound. Hold on. They've had this sorted for years. It's a quarter pound pre-cooked, so it can be full of fat that runs into the grease bin, but it's still a quarter pound pre-cooked, right? That's how it works. Right? That's how it works. Because the quarter pounder these days, like when I was 22, I could eat a quarter pounder and fries and I'd be good. I can eat a quarter pounder and fries right now and I'm like, that's like an appetizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still the same adult. I'm same waistline, for God's sakes, pretty much. There's no way it's me. 1 second here. 1 second.
Bing bong. I think the burgers have arrived. Well, let's just say Felix thinks the burgers have arrived. And Dick is going to make a slice of toast. Maybe. Yeah, but this whole thing about fucking takeaway chains. I even noticed it in just like your grill, your kebab shop. You go to a kebab shop and you get, I'll have a large kebab, and I'm pretty sure that large kebab is like the same size as what a small kebab used to be a few years ago. But I don't know. It's because like a price thing and all that kind of stuff. But why don't these people just like stay honest? Say like, okay, the prices have gone up, but when you get something that's a large size, why? What I'll pay the extra. Yeah, the whole shrinkflation thing. Yeah, PJ says in the chat. Says like, I don't understand it. I've seen things like shampoo bottles. You'd buy a bottle of shampoo. It would be like £1. Yeah, £1. Now it's still £1, but the bottle was suddenly got smaller. Why don't you just have the same bottle size and make it £1.50? Because the prices have gone up. We know that. We're not stupid. What? I just love the fact that they think that they're tricking us into believing that that they're doing us a favor, but it's not. It's just we understand what inflation is. We understand that prices go up. I'm surprised, bottles of milk just like just getting like smaller and smaller and smaller. They still stay the same size, and the prices go up. Or you buy 6 eggs. There you go. Eggs. There's a typical subject. You go and buy 6 eggs. Oh, the prices have gone up. Oh no, we made the eggs smaller. You're still paying the same price as you paid months ago, but teeny tiny little eggs now. we managed to produce hens that make eggs smaller so they cost less. Does that even fucking work? I don't understand. You'd have to be a geneticist to get into that, to make hens lay smaller eggs so they cost less. It doesn't make any difference. It's still the same freaking eggs. Oh dear. Yeah. I'm just getting old. I mean, just wait. What's going to be like in a few years' time when, when you and me in the chat, we all actually get really old. And it's like, £100? £100 for a Happy Meal? I remember when they were 99p. And you really don't get a toy anymore. I'm just whinging now, I think. Carpathian says, what are you drinking tonight? I'm drinking hate and despondency. I'm going to have a double despondency on it with ice. Well, I hope he's got to get the burgers and just not like tripped up and smash his face on the floor, because I can't end the stream and I can't end it on a happy note. That'd be pretty bad way to end a stream. Carpathian says, the tears of your enemy. Wow. I have to use the tools of my enemy. That's one for Heather. She'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, duck eggs. Yeah, Maxi Gill, duck eggs. Yeah. I remember buying duck eggs. Yeah, in our shop when you can get them. Yeah. Oh, all right. Nice. Kind of a rarity. I don't think I've seen them for a while. But I do like a nice boiled egg. Yeah. Talking about boiled, his dick.
All right. Served and done.
Did you have your slicey toast?
Yeah. Yeah, no, not quite. Did it steal a couple of French fries though?
Oh, you bastard.
You bastard.
Were they good? Were they good French fries?
Oh yeah, this place makes them awesome. They're literally cut right from the French fry. There's little potato peel spots on the end and whatnot. Yeah, they're awesome.
I like skin.
Yeah. Fry thief. Shayna. I did though. I stole a few. They do him up an awesome platter though. They love him over there. And he gets a double burger with bacon and 2 slices of cheese and all that, and a huge heaping thing of good fries. And he gets 8 chicken wings, and he gets one of their little it's like a slice
of zebra.
Yeah. They do this thing where they do these individual little apple pies, and it looks like a slice of pie, but it was made to be its own individual pie with a little bit of crust on the side too. It's really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. Really good. But I'll have toast and beer.
So there are 4 chickens running around Canada at the minute, flightless.
Yeah. Actually, knowing them, there's probably 5 because they always give him more. Yeah. Yeah.
They took the ultimate sacrifice. Take my wings. Take my freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom to Felix.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's funny too when his mom and his grandma found out one day that he has hot wings at our place quite often. They were like, "Really? You get him spicy ones?" And he likes. I'm like, he likes the hot ones, And over at their place, they had been getting them like honey garlic because they figured he wouldn't like hot sauce, and he wouldn't, and he wouldn't eat his hot wings or his wings because he was like, "What is this sugary garbage?" Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, nothing like knowing your kid.
Very much. So what do we got here? 2:40. We should wrap this up soon, eh?
We should have wrapped it up 40 minutes ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Stupid is as stupid does, right?
Where's Trump here? Hang on.
Hey, we went up a subscriber.
Oh,
Yeah.
serves you right.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome, you self-harm loving person.
Yeah, I have to do the PubChat after hours show. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, the PubChat second edition starting at 12 beer.
Now we have you subscribed. Now we're going to teach you the truth.
It turns out it was just Dave Worley, so he's going to unsub because, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, it just actually went down to 7 again. I'm not shitting. It really did. Somebody just bailed.
So David Worley was never subbed to
Yeah. Oh, fuck. You can't trust soccer players, man. Just saying. There was a dude on the Monaco Grand Prix when Martin Brundle did his grid walk. There was a dude who was a cricketer from the UK.
Right.
And he was this gigantic man. Like, don't you have to actually get somewhere in a hurry in cricket, or is it just, simply destroying everything that comes at you? How does that work?
There's a lot of big chaps in cricket.
Dude, I couldn't believe the size of this guy. I was like, I'm surprised you're not too big for heavyweight boxing,
Yeah, but they don't have to run very far. I mean, it's just like, you twat the ball across and then run a few wickets. It's not even 100 yards. It's like, I don't know how far.
Okay, yeah.
It's like 20 yards or something between your wickets.
But wouldn't there be a benefit to having like an Usain Bolt run those wickets versus,
No, you've never watched cricket. Most
I have
of it
no
is just
idea.
like,
Yeah.
most of it is like standing around and eating cucumber sandwiches. And sometimes you twat the ball and then you run for a little bit. No.
Cucumber sandwiches. What else is in them?
Cucumber. And if you're lucky, more cucumber, double cucumber.
That's like putting crispy water in between bread.
You know the recipe.
Really? Cucumber sandwiches
You gave it away
on their own?
No, I don't know why cucumber sandwiches are the thing in cricket, but somehow it is. It's British summer. Cucumber sandwiches, anybody? Yeah, I don't know. Just put some meat in it. I don't know.
What a weird thing.
They probably don't do it anymore, but it's it's one of those typical hypocritical kind of things that
I'd be in line. I'd be like, could I have a cucumber sandwich with pork?
yeah. Bit of pulled pork, meat, and burgers, and less cucumber in it.
Yeah, sprouts and cheese, and hold the cucumber.
And the sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the burger? So.
Yeah, fuck the bread and just throw it in a bowl and call it a salad. All right. Yeah, UTV and Ham's back. He's like, holy fuck, I thought it was over. Yeah, so did we, dude.
Well, it is in any minute.
Yeah. Oh, we're back up to 508. So YouTube gave that sub back. I'm not kidding. I've got the channel analytics open. It went from 8 to 7 to 8.
Oh, you know what's happening? Somebody's watching the show. They are immensely drunk. They've just got their mouse hovered over that subscribe, unsubscribe. So, no, because you can't do that. You can't just unsubscribe. That's a 2-button click because you got the other window that says, "Are you sure you want to unsubscribe?" So,
I don't think the kind of drunks that hang out with us can handle 2 clicks. One, maybe,
No, even the one's probably a bit much.
Yeah. They reach for their mouse to click and they end up falling on the floor and hitting their panic button they wear around their neck. Help! I'm drunk and I can't get up.
Oh, that must be it. You know, they've hit subscribe, they've fallen over, they've hit their emergency badge thing, and so the emergency services are turned up, and they go, look, oh, he's hit subscribe. Oh, he didn't mean to do that, so we'll unsubscribe for him. Must be a mistake.
Yeah, no, I think it's the real Vladimir Putler in the chat there. He's playing cucumber for us. So
maybe it's Putin himself.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's not a cucumber I would eat. It's more like a gherkin that gets stuck in your teeth.
It was a gherkin you take out your burger and throw away. Sorry, Mr. Putin, but you are a gherkin that needs to be thrown away.
Oh, totally. You know,
you and Trump.
Oh, you throw them both away as they're caught in a lover's embrace. You know, I'm sure it would happen. How many different leather outfits do you think Trump has had to wear to get the Russian money?
Leather. He's only got that blue suit, hasn't he?
Well, that's the one. That's the one they show in public. You know, I think that suit turns blue with ejaculation stains.
It's either that or the golfing outfit he's got, which is like a sweaty white t-shirt and stupid.
Yeah, it's like he's got one of those things on where you're carrying your baby around, but it's under his shirt. You know.
I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say he's a fucking cunt.
Hey, didn't it come out? It's starting to come out right now that the actual real reason Trump is all pissed off at that Ivy League school, is it Harvard?
Yeah.
Is because Barron didn't get in.
Well, Barron's an idiot.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree now, does it?
I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of like considering the idea that Harvard have standards.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't care how much your paycheck is, but you can't just like come in here.
Yeah,
I mean, what would he have done?
I know. Yeah, start the MAGA movement. It doesn't work that way in university, actually. You know.
Yeah, what subject can we find him? Crayon art.
Yeah. Baron, would you like to redraw today's Playboy magazine with crayons for us?
Osh Playboy.
Exactly. Yeah.
My daddy won't let me see Playboy because his ex-girlfriend's in it.
I draw daddy's 2 inches.
I'll just draw daddy's prostitutes. He comes around. Oh no, they're already in Playboy.
Yeah. I'll draw mommy and daddy in 2 separate beds.
What, my real mommy?
Oh, it's funny. Oh God.
I'd love to run a DNA test through that family tree.
Find out where he purchased them from.
I bet you so many of those children that Trump believes are his are
Elon's.
Well, maybe not Elon, but they've probably got nothing to fucking do with him.
Yeah. Oh, look, that child belongs to a Russian oligarch. Oh, look, that child.
Yeah, if he just belongs to a guy who was in the Secret Service. Just anybody who was nearby, just not him.
Yeah. Oh, and this child was conceived on the night that Melania took off because, again, you were an asshole. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I got a direct donation into PayPal. So first off, thank you very much indeed. The channel loves that kind of thing, don't you know? Now,
As does Arwin.
yeah, except we don't use it for crack cocaine. Is that what it's called anymore? Do I just sound like an old boomer guy saying that? Is that, you know?
It's fentanyl now, mate. Move on.
That's what I realized. I don't think I've heard anybody bitch about crack cocaine for like 30 years, right? You know?
Yeah. You just sound like an old 80s rapper.
Yeah. I sound like the guy my mother warned me about. You know? So there's no user name info and stuff here. So let me just see if I can tag this person's name. I cannot. Because I don't want to be doxing somebody who has like a YouTube username and doesn't, you know, want that done to them, right?
I just pick someone in the chat and dox them instead.
Well, it could be from the other service, and I just haven't gotten the alert yet. It's one of those things with all these stupid things. Sometimes I don't know what I'm really doing. Vladimir Putin in the chat there says, you're 10 drugs behind. Oh, dude, please. I'm always 2 steps ahead in that realm. Oh, no, I know what you mean, though, right? Yeah, I'm way out of date when it comes to making fun of the street drugs. I don't know.
Caffeine.
No. That's why I usually go to meth, because it's always safe to make fun of meth. Because, you know, if you've got a neighbor who once a month sits in the cul-de-sac on top of a garbage can with a shotgun because the aliens are coming, you can pretty much guarantee it's meth, you know?
Or maybe they know the truth.
I tell that story the way I just said it because I actually know somebody who did that. But anyway, let me get back to the donation thing here because it was.
Get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, hold on. Wait a minute.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
See, I've been told. It was nothing less than a $50 direct donation in. And
wow.
Yeah, and I just don't know if I should be saying somebody's name or not. You know, it's one of those moments, right? I always hesitate with this because, you know, right?
Must be for my bike's saddle.
Yeah, it's for his white bike saddle. I love Nazareth. Yeah. So if you're watching the show right now and you're not in the live chat, just jump in the live chat and take credit for this so I can give you a shout out, right? I don't know what to do. You know, it's just a brother out here. You know, I don't want to give out your real name if you call yourself Captain Underpants Thief or something. I don't know, right?
Is he here?
Well, I think so, because I haven't been able to find any in days. So, you know. But please take credit because that was a really good one. Thank you very much.
Talking about captains, did you see that fucking video I posted about Captain Disillusion and his setup?
Oh yeah.
He's got a completely separate apartment that he pays for.
Yeah,
it's got all his gear in, and he's got all the gear, everything.
Yeah,
incredible.
I know. When you posted that link, at first I was watching, and he has a really nice, well lit green screen in this room, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And then I stopped and I went out for a cigarette, you know, and came back in, and then I'll watch a bit more. And then that's when I realized that that's not like in his home. He just has a separate one. You know? Yeah.
Well, I think it kind of like let slip that it used to be his mother's home or something. So he's It's basically taking over his mother's house.
Well, I think he bought them a new one, right? You know? Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not even. I mean, he's a big channel. And someone was asking, Duncan Stewart was saying, who you talking about now? It was Captain Disillusion, and basically what he does is a guy. He turns it with like half of his face in silver, which is a stupid look. I don't know why he started doing that, but it is.
Yeah,
it's his shtick, right?
Here,
and he talks about visual effects and stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And he just did a video about blur and what blur is, which is kind of interesting.
like who or motion blur?
Just blur. Just how blur works.
Yeah, but again, who and the song, the band, or blur as an effect?
Blur as an effect.
Wow. We're reaching deep for the content here.
I know, but I wish you'd gone into how much. He was talking about
the thing.
Or something, but I wish we got more into that. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, let me finish off with this. So that's the background of who he is, and that's the guy. And so I sent Dick a link to a guy who basically did like a behind the scenes walking around his base of operations where he does his content.
Yeah,
and it's incredible.
Oh yeah. People that make B movies would be jealous of this fucking guy, right? Oh yeah. Now you're talking about it's amazing that he can afford that at his channel size, even with the views, right?
Yeah.
I want to bring that up and elaborate that a little bit more. So this here is a YouTuber named JM on Cars. He came out of film school and he started reviewing cars. He's a decent camera guy, but I mean, it's cars video. So he has a camera pointing at him in the car, a couple of stuck to the car, a few beauty shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got close to 500,000 subs now. He owns, you see on the screen that red Ferrari? That's a 550 Maranello with a V12 in the front and a gated shifter. It's his car. He's also got a Ferrari 430 Scuderia, which is an awesome piece of kit. And he's got a couple other kick-ass cars as well, all paid for by YouTube at only 500,000 subs. He's got more than $500,000 worth of cars paid for by YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy, man. And people are complaining that ad revenue's down. What? Yeah, this guy here has way less people watching him than like a TV channel. And they don't have their main stars driving Ferraris all the time. You know what I mean?
No, it must be like a business thing where you run it as a business. I mean, he probably doesn't own the Ferrari. The business owns the Ferrari. That's
part of it. That's part of it. But he's about to pay off in the next year 2 of the Ferraris and own them outright. Like, it's already done.
Just in general, this is the whole thing is, how do rich people become rich? It's not because they earn lots of money. It's because they put themselves into a business venture. So, they can buy like a really, really expensive house.
Yeah.
But they don't own it. The business owns it,
And if you go bankrupt, it's not you, right?
Yeah. It must be that kind of clever accounting.
What's actually happening is the financial world has finally woken up to the point where being a YouTuber is a real deal. So 10 years ago, Doug DeMuro, as a YouTuber with 600,000 subscribers as a car guy, was never getting a loan based on being a YouTuber, but JM can finance 3 Ferraris now by being a YouTuber, right?
Mm.
And I wouldn't doubt that they have some weird terms like, oh, if we notice your views go down, we might call in the loan and stuff. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Oh no, you're always like you're always playing a risk. sort of game, this sort of thing. But yeah,
You know, or you look at Hoovy's Garage. He's got 1.6 million subs, and he just built himself one of those McMansions, and he's got a garage that has like lifts and like 20 cars in it and the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's the advertisers are willing to spend big money, the sponsors, on channels that really have reach. And I think that's where, like, when you look at Linus Tech Tips and channels like that, they make way more off their sponsors than they do the views.
yeah.
You know, Linus Tech Tips will do a video and he'll do it with like Corsair. And that one video cost Corsair like $35,000.
And of course, they'll probably be doing business that are nothing to do with what you see on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll be all sorts of stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. It's crazy, man. You know, there's a few old school YouTubers like the 8-Bit guy who always said they would never do sponsors and stuff. And wow, do they regret talking that shit after they see everybody else making that real money.
Yeah. I mean, this is the incredible thing. It's just like, you know, you could like take the Shills, go and speak to like some clever businessman type person who knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he goes, we've got the Shills. And he's going to say, right, this is what we're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to get you this house. That's going to be a studio. So that's, you know, tax deductible. Yeah. We set it against the profits and blah, blah, blah. And you come from nothing.
Yeah.
And you're living, I wouldn't say a millionaire lifestyle, but you know, the business is just so well managed.
Yeah.
That the whole YouTube thing is kind of like irrelevant.
Oh, well, you start leveraging popularity versus debt, and then that money is into the merch store, which makes you as much as YouTube and so on. Oh yeah, you know. A good example of this would be that guy Cletus McFarlane. He's only got about 3.5 million subs. I say only, but compared to like Mr. Beast and stuff, right? And yet he owns a racetrack, like an oval racetrack. He has a huge shop. They have a drag racing team. He's now competing in NASCAR. He has a helicopter and an airplane and a grass airfield that's registered with the FAA or whatever to be like a real airport and the whole 9 yards on 3.5 million subs.
Yeah.
But what he did was he leveraged himself into debt to the point where he was a goner if the buying the racetrack didn't work. But as a YouTuber and a car guy, of course owning a racetrack was going to work. You know, like it was brilliant. It was brilliant, man. You know, the guy's now building himself like a proper mansion along the side of his grass airport so that he can literally just jump in his helicopter or his plane to fly to work. For fuck's sakes, man. Really? You know? It's awesome. Yeah. You know, I love that somebody can do that in this day and age. What pisses me off is that YouTube has kind of ruined it. Because if you go into YouTube Studio now, there is a promotion tab. It never used to be there before. It's only been around for about a year. And people can pay to promote their own videos on YouTube. And this is why you'll find in your recommended feed, you got weird channels that come out of nowhere with like 700 subs. And they're really professional and well polished and stuff. And it's because that person has real money behind them. They bought all the right gear. They really figured out how to do it. And they're paying to promote their own channel to see if they can make it big. That to me ruins all of YouTube on the spot, kills it. You know, there's you. It's a rich man's game now. Rich person's game. Sorry,
Yeah.
but you know. Oh yeah, I know some atheist YouTubers who were, you know, people that had good jobs, good money in life, and they went on YouTube and then they gave up because they didn't get traction. They're back on YouTube now because of the promotion button, because they're willing to spend money on their own channel to see if they can hit it big. To me, that ruins it instantly.
Oh, I don't know.
I do. You know, it should be like LGR, that guy, the, you know, awesome retro gamer and stuff. If he started now, he would never make it. Done. Never make it. A lot of the old school YouTubers that made it would never have made it in the early days. Even Linus Tech Tips, he had no money to promote himself. If he started now, he would never make it.
Oh, well, if PewDiePie did it now,
Yeah.
it'd be like at hundreds of subscribers, and that'd be it.
Yeah,
No one cares.
to me, it ruins the whole thing. That's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be YouTube, not you, the wealthy tube. It's just not right. One sec.
Oh dear, I don't know. It's all a mess. Certainly seems to be like,
Okay.
You got the cash.
Yeah. I just don't like everything coming down to the cash, you know? But, I mean, shit, we're over 3 hours here, right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit pooped.
Yeah, me too. And Felix will be done eating soon. And I've got to air out my little booth here and flip the house back into parenting mode and everything. Otherwise, I'm fucked. And we might even sit down and watch Indy qualifying tonight. I'm not sure. That'd be cool. My son is very much into his open wheel race cars.
But you're watching Indians qualify.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about hunting bear with a bow and arrow. It's, you know, it's slow, but it's good. No?
Seek watch.
Sasquatch hunting. So, yeah, thanks for everybody for joining us. Huge thanks to our contributors and whatnot, because we love that stuff very much around here. Super chat Matt in the chat there was asking if we could do the Talking Ben live. We'd have to set that up ahead of time, right? I have no idea how to do it, but we'll look into it, dude. Big thanks to the team. We got Shayna, PJ, CNET, Carpasian, and Super Chat Matt. Huge thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
That wasn't creepy. That wasn't creepy.
Yeah. And I didn't have to use a filter to be creepy.
Oh, what was that? There was a word Brandon was saying on UA update yesterday. And I think the word was felcher, but I don't believe that's translating well, because the word I know as a teenager as a felcher, that's not what he was trying to say. There's just no way.
I hope not, because no. Yeah.
Oh, Ukraine mission. Hey, Britain, Ukraine's in the chat as well. Do you have chicken biryani in Canada? Oh, yeah, very much so. Yeah, I can actually say that word properly, I think, because I've had to order it before. But yes. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, Matt's like, yeah, don't do that. I was kidding. Matt's more like, I'll do that, you fucking old bastard morons. That's my gig. So hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for going to KFC and nibbling on very small little mutated corn on the cobs, and
Not the fries.
yeah, and always complain about their fries and their salads because they suck. Is that good? Yeah, I think we did consumer advice.
Oh well, and the corn on the cob, and the gravy, and the beans, and the chicken.
Oh, that gravy. Why is it the color of a 3-week-old dead person? Why is it
It's
so
like diaper.
Oh,
Things.
yeah, that was filtered through the backside of somebody who's not feeling well. Well,
Yeah, KFC, just get it right. Fuck's sake.
yeah, it's more. It's got to be more than the chicken, you fucks.
Even the chicken's not right.
Good night. Remember, if you find yourself goose stepping to bed, you should have voted for the other side.
Heil Dickler.